morning, freaks. So who do you think will be on the witness stand today? Will it be more paint drying or something a little bit more exciting?
20 CR 1358, People versus Letecia Stauch. Record should reflect the jury's not present in the courtroom, but they did turn on the air last night, so it's better now than it was yesterday afternoon. And are we resuming the video where we were?
The audio, yeah.
Or the audio, yes, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I think it was 29:45 or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Is
Is there anything that we need to take up outside the presence of the jury at this point in time? Prosecution?
Not from us, Judge.
Defense?
No, sir.
Okay, let's go ahead and bring the jury in.
Thanks for the coverage, Gray.
Just when I thought Letecia couldn't look better, she is stunning today.
I'm going to bring their jackets.
Maroon sweater and swept over hair. Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, to be young again.
All rise for the jury, please. Thank you. You may all be seated. Court will recall 20 CR 1358, People versus Letecia Stauch. Record should reflect the jury has returned to the courtroom. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, it's better in here today than it was yesterday afternoon. I think shortly right after you guys left and we were still in here, they turned the air on. So now it's nice and cool. If any of you need a jacket, let me know. And we'll start the same way we have every other day. Has anything occurred since we were last together that causes any of you to believe you could not continue to serve as a fair and impartial juror in this case? If so, please raise your hand. No response. All right. With that, yesterday when we took our break, we were in the midst of a audio. That's where we will resume. With that, Ms. Gratiano.
How many days has it been? There is nowhere that I could take in that he would just be gone that many days. You have to put that in your brain.
Oh, yeah, it is in my brain. It's in my brain that he's gone and there's nowhere he could be safely, okay, because he's with this Quincy Brown guy who's a freaking sex offender, jumping bail, whatever you want to label him. But whatever, I don't know I don't know all that shit, okay? He's just a bad dude and my son's with him.
I told you this.
Okay, all right.
I told you what happened.
Okay.
I told you when we came home. I already told you all this. When I told you the truth, this is what you did. You said to me, hey, that's not how it happened.
But you told me the truth. You told me 4 different versions of the truth, Tisha. That's where the problem is, okay? I want to believe you.
The details, and you're asking me 3 weeks later, detail for detail.
But yes, absolutely. In your own words, now that you've slept on it, now that you've recovered a little bit, you're starting to remember more and more and more. So what I want to know...
Giving you everything I remember.
Okay, the detail I want to know is what did Quincy Brown do with Gannon? That's the detail I want to know. That's the question.
Where he took him, I don't know. Where they went. Don't you think for a second if I knew that, Albert, I would tell you.
Where did he take him from? That's a starting point. Where were you at when he took him?
Home.
Okay, so yesterday it was a bike accident in...
I already told you the bike accident. You already talked about.
Fine, but I'm saying yesterday he was taken from Douglas County. Today he's taken from El Paso County at 6627. Right, but then you changed it, then you brought it back, then you changed it, brought it back.
I said that to you because you just want me to say whatever they got you thinking.
I'm thinking what I'm thinking, okay? Nobody... These freaking police have not told me a damn thing other than my son is missing and that they're supposedly looking for him. You're the only one telling me anything about situation. Yes.
Get towards guns. I couldn't do anything. You talk about how you have to live with that. Do you know how I have to sit here and be like, oh my God, what could I have done to protect him better? Because Albert's going to turn it and say that I'm a horrible person. Do you think I want to lose my entire life because I couldn't protect someone 100%?
Well, do you know if Gannon is alive, or was he alive when he took him? Was he hurt?
I don't know. I was out of it. Do you not understand this?
So you were out. So you blacked out, right? And he took him while you were blacked out.
No, I just said I was in and out of it from struggle. I hit my head. I'm in and out of it.
Okay.
You put my arms to tied up. You would not listen to me on that. You know what you should have done? As my husband, you should have said, "Oh my God, this fucker not only hurt my wife, took my son."
Okay, so
You should be safe.
I'm trying to believe you, okay? But that when I got home Tuesday, you had no sign of anything, no marks on your head, no marks on your arms from where you were tied.
Okay. You want to know why? Because it's all on social media where I have Band-Aids on my hand around my arms on it. So that's a fucking lie.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I ain't
It's
seen
on
that.
social media.
Okay,
It's on
well-
social media. Why? All kinds of everything.
Well, it's on social media. It's on social media that you killed him. So you want me to believe everything I hear on social media?
No, because you're Albert. Why in the world would you think that?
I'm not thinking that. You just told me to believe social media. Social media says you're a killer.
It's on there, meaning they saw it.
Okay,
They
so
just saw a picture of me. That's all I meant. They
So-
just get a picture of me doing it.
social media
Killing one.
social media says you're a killer and that Landon's the hero. Do you want me to believe that?
If you believe that, you're dumb. Want to know why? Because you know better than that.
Okay, well, I mean,
I mean, you're treating her like she's a hero. Exactly what you're doing. Instead of being with your wife, you've been with your ex-wife.
no, I haven't been with nobody. I told you, I've been with my family.
It's supposed to be.
You can attack me all you want to, okay, but it really doesn't matter. Yes, that's an attack.
Business. You should be with your wife.
Okay, well, what's with all this crap you're sending her now? You're telling the world how much of a piece of shit she is, but now you're trying to.
Anything. My shit has been hacked. Don't believe nothing unless it's my daggone Yahoo. People have created a fake profile under my name. They've screened on the profiles, everything. People are the only thing I have secured is because I contacted Yahoo. It's my Yahoo account.
Okay.
You can listen to anything from anything else.
Okay, fine, but you sent her a message that said the same thing you tried to say to me initially about this ransom and these phone calls from DC. So yes, I do believe that you sent her that. That's what you told me.
From DC?
That's what you told me. That's what you told me.
Oh, do you know why that done that? That's because we sent it from a stupid messenger thing, and when I switched out to do my phone thing, I was trying to write back I was like, I'm going to send Landon this too. I was going to copy both y'all in it because I couldn't get you. And then I hit draft. So if it went through, then I didn't talk to the one thing.
No, you or Landon didn't send anything from DC. You said that the messages came from a DC number or something. That's what you said.
It said, like Washington, Seattle.
Oh, Washington, Seattle. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I did tell you that. I said Washington. I said Roy Elementary.
Okay.
I haven't said another word to her. Did you read the emails I sent her when she wrote me? I told her, fuck her. She ain't done a goddamn thing for those kids. Don't be fucking playing hero. Read them.
All right.
She was sitting right beside her.
They went to Texas. I ain't reading shit. I just saw what she forwarded me. She forwarded me something about ransom.
She wrote you. You wrote me that night. As soon as I said something to you about her saying bingo, you had to be sitting right beside her. You had to tell her that.
Wait, whoa. No. You talking about when she replied to you after that one email you sent when you said fuck her? No, I'm going to tell you what happened. No, she didn't. Okay, I'm going to tell you what happened. I was sitting there in the room. They had another hotel room. It was at that time of night when Lena was going to bed, and every night I put Lena to bed, and the email came through, and she read it. And that's when she messaged you back. And that's the absolute truth. And, you can question it all you want to, but that's what happened. I don't show them shit. Okay?
Well,
because
Thank you, Cheyenne.
I defended you and I defended myself and said you ain't done most fucking things. Don't be coming up in my house. You shouldn't be here. Did she tell you I said all that?
Listen, I don't get into nothing she's saying. And that's the God's honest truth. She's freaking out every single day and it's driving me nuts. So I'm glad they went to Texas. Okay?
Yeah.
Because it drives me, between her and Veronica, it drives me freaking nuts.
But why do you have to be around them?
I'm not around them. Okay? We're looking for our son. We have a shared child in common.
The stress on you if you are listening to them drive nuts.
And guess what? You know me well enough to know that I'm going to get myself out of stressful situations that are not productive, and you know that.
I know that. So is this why you don't want me and Harley to be with you?
I never
Or
said
we have to
that.
just keep doing that?
I never said that.
I've agreed to do everything you've asked. I've asked you, told you, whatever. I've agreed to testify. Okay? I've agreed to help find him. I've agreed to do everything. I'm tired of being portrayed as the killer of a child that I love. If you want to know something, I have a better relationship with Gannon than I even do Lena. Gannon and I are so much alike. This is why it's killing me. It's killing me because it's portrayed wrong.
Okay, so let's pump the brakes here, okay? I'm seriously, let's pump the brakes. If you give me the truth, and I hate to say it like this, but the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and you just lay it on the line for me, no matter what the truth is, okay? The absolute truth. I don't want no more Quincy lying on the road, Quincy bike accident, Quincy hiding in the house, okay? Quincy's secret messages, ransom. I don't want no more of that, okay? This is driving me freaking nuts, okay? I just want the truth, and then hey, listen to me for a second. I want the truth right now, and then I'll be willing to meet you.
Meet me? Meet me. Like, just meet. That's all I get is meet you.
Listen.
Hello?
Listen, I'm sitting right here. I'm trying to work with you, okay? That's a start, okay? That's a start. I told you yesterday.
My family.
I told you yesterday the biggest thing in between us right now is the truth. And we have a big gap between us and the truth right now. Okay? All right? I'm not promising you. Listen.
Plan of being me.
I'm not promising you anything, okay? I want the truth, and I will promise you. I promise you a meeting. Yes, you're my wife, okay? I'm not promising you anything today other than a meeting. You give me the truth, you get your meeting, you get your face-to-face, you get to see me. All this wonderful things you send me on email about how much you want me.
I want to be with you.
Okay, you get to meet with me today. That's what you get. You left, and I'm offering you a meeting.
What is it? Just a meeting? I left or I was taken away?
No, you left out of...
That against me about me. No. You brought your ex-wife to our home and that was wrong.
I didn't bring nobody. She got her ass on a plane and came, and the messages show that you told her that you would support her when she got here. So we're not playing this game. She is irrelevant in this conversation.
I did ask Albert, and then what did I do? I got on the phone with you and I said, I don't agree with this.
Okay, fine. You know what? My son's missing. I don't care about stupid, petty, you think I'm hooking up with her. It's about Gannon. So you give me the truth and I'll meet.
It's not about hooking up with her. It's about you.
But that's all you said. Tisha, stop. Put the brakes.
Be on TV hugging your ex-wife.
Actually, I should, because she's the mother of my son, and I'm not playing this game with you, okay? Do you want to meet? Do you want to meet or not?
Do you want to know what?
Do you want to meet or not?
You want to know something? You should. Well, then guess what? This wife of yours has done everything that sorry-ass motherfucking mother hasn't done. Okay?
I'm not arguing with you about that. I'm not arguing anything.
Do you think I got a hug from you?
You got plenty of hugs. You got plenty of hugs until you decided to bounce and come and get your shit and bounce.
I asked for Valentine's Day. I said, hey, let us come stay. Do you think you gave me anything? But you can give her
I killed your
conversations
kid,
every
but
day.
I
You
want
can
a Valentine's Day
every day.
card.
Listen, you've been begging me. Listen.
What a
You
psycho.
tell the shit to the kids.
Let me tell you something. Listen,
dare you?
You're not making you're not making yourself believable to me. You offered the truth, okay? You offered lie detector test. I don't even believe you're anywhere close to here. That's why you're dodging this meeting. Okay? That's the God's honest.
Dodging a meeting.
Yeah, you are.
I've been here for days.
Yeah, you are. You're dodging this shit.
Come to your hotel. You won't even tell me where you're staying.
Well, I asked you the same question, and you won't even tell me where. You tell me.
I gave it to you.
You said the north end.
Place I was staying.
You said the north end. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Say America. Yes, I did.
Bullshit.
You go look at your email.
I know, and it's bullshit. You don't think I didn't drive around there just like I drove around looking for other shit?
Drive around there. I don't have a car.
All right.
You're going to find me.
Screenshot me a receipt right now. Send me the receipt from your email because I know you got it because you always get them. Okay, so don't play me, homie. All right, send me the shit and then I'll believe you.
Second, do you think for a second that I pay for this? Do you think that?
All right, fine. All right, back up. You give me the truth and I'll drive to freaking Extended Stay America right now. Give me the truth.
I gave you the truth. I walked you through what happened.
No, you walked me through 27 versions of a fake bullshit lie, okay? All right, tell me the truth right now.
So now you want the
Nope.
truth and you just told me it was a lie.
No,
You're not trying to be on my side.
I am. I'm trying to meet you.
You literally just told me it was a fake bullshit of a lie. You just told me none of it was true.
Tisha, I got to ask you every day.
You just told me that.
I got to ask you every day, like yesterday was the bike accident. That was the first time I heard that one after 3 weeks. Okay, now today I call you back, willing to work with you for a lie detector test, and that's a bullshit story. Okay?
I already said I would do a lie detector test. I already told you I would do a lie detector test.
That's completely irrelevant. What's relevant is the truth. You get me at Extended Stay America.
That's what it is.
Listen, you get me at Extended Stay America. You can do whatever you want to with me, okay? I just want the truth, and that's what you get.
With you, okay? Like you're really gonna let that happen.
Listen, you give me the truth that we find my son.
If you wanted me, you would not be apart from me.
Tisha, watch your interview. You said you left because of Landon. You said that, not me. I didn't say Tisha leave. I said everybody come together, be a team, let's find Gannon. That's what I said. And that's what I've said from day one. And you bounced on me.
Left from the house because you had her there in our home.
It sure did. And I'll tell every judge, jury in this country that I had my ex-wife, my mom, my 2 sisters, my uncle, Aunt Veronica, 2 other freaking women, Landon's brother. I had a team of like 15 people supporting the family, working as a team to do everything we could to find Gannon. That's the truth, okay?
I'm sorry if it sounds selfish, but I hate that bitch.
Okay, but guess what? Listen to what I just said. I had everybody in the house, but you know who wasn't there? My wife and my daughter. They bounced on me, okay? They bounced on me, but me being a good person, I'm still here willing to listen to you.
You told Mom we had to turn the keys into you.
I told that you can come get your stuff after you said you didn't want to be there anymore. Okay, you left. You and Harley got in Harley's car, packed suitcases, supposedly going to the police station, and you never showed up until like the next day or some shit like that. Okay? So if you would have done what you were supposed you listen to me. If you would have done what you're supposed to do, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Okay? So don't turn this on me. I've been a team player this whole time for the entire team.
Would be together right now is what you're saying.
If you would have never left, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You got your shit and you bounced, okay? What we need now is the truth.
So you're saying if I wouldn't have never left, we'd be together right now.
I'm saying you bounced, okay? You bounced.
Okay, see, that's your point. You don't have any. You don't want to be with me.
That's not what I'm saying. It's not about our relationship. It's about Gannon. And you're dodging me when I keep asking you for the truth, saying I'm going to drive to you at Extended Stay America. She's hung up.
Have Special Agent Cronin back up on the stand.
Agent Cronin, if you would resume your seat on the witness stand, I remind you, ma'am, that you're still under oath.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
what we hear in this particular phone call, and then the prior phone calls that we heard while Mr. Stauch was on the stand, were you present for all those phone calls as well?
Yes, sir.
Fairly consistent approach from Al in trying to get information from the defendant in those phone calls,
Yes.
trying to get details about where Gannon may be.
Yes.
Was it fairly consistent through all of these phone calls for the defendant to then distract away and cause a tangent discussion?
Yes.
Is that what we hear when Al starts pushing her to give the truth and then it turns into a discussion about ex-wife?
Yes.
At the time of this particular phone call, there's some discussion about extended stay America. Is that the hotel that the defendant was staying at right after Gannon's disappearance with family members?
Yes, I believe so.
Is that on the north side of Colorado Springs?
Yes.
Did you know at that particular time of this phone call, so February 15th of 2020, where the defendant actually was located, in whether in the city or anywhere?
Yes, we know.
Where did you know her to be at that time?
South Carolina.
How did you know that information?
We had tracked her purchases and then got video of her crossing the country.
Okay. So when she's agreeing to potentially meet, if information is given, was she implying that she was still here in the city?
Yes, she was.
In your opinion, was that a distraction attempt by her?
Yes.
Throughout the course of your involvement in the investigation and what you observed, was it fairly common for the defendant to try to manipulate the investigation the way we just heard in this phone call?
Yes.
Was there any indication that Quincy Brown was involved in Gannon Stauch's disappearance?
No.
Did you have a chance to look up who Quincy Brown was?
Yes.
And who did that turn out to be?
He was a sexual offender that was on the most wanted list that week of offenders or fugitives in the Colorado Springs area.
Is that commonly published in this area by the media outlets, including the Gazette and I think KKTV and those types of outlets?
Yes.
And he was listed on that?
Yes.
Okay. Did you learn, based on your knowledge of investigation, that he was not even in the country anymore?
Yes.
Okay. I want to next jump to another phone call that occurs on February 15th, 2020 at 12:10 p.m. Were you present for that call as well?
Yes.
Again, same process that you described yesterday about passing notes to Al and suggesting questions and coaching him up?
Correct.
All right, Your Honor, at this time, I would request permission to publish People's Exhibit number 52. This one is longer. It's an hour and 4 minutes long.
All right. We should be able to finish that, and then we'll take our break.
Yep, okay.
Okay. And Agent, you can step down if you would like to do so.
Hello?
Hey. Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So I just got off the phone with that Amber lady, and I don't know, I kind of feel stupid now because she's like, no, I ain't heard from nobody about nothing like that.
Yes, I sent her a message.
I'm just telling you what she said to me.
On a landline because I sent it to the number you gave me. So if it was a landline, maybe she didn't get it. But if it's a cell phone, then she got it.
Okay, I'm just telling you what the lady told me. I don't know. Like I told you, I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on.
Is it a cell phone or a landline?
I don't know. I called and she answered. That's all I know. I mean, you want to hang up and try to call her?
Telling me it's got to be a cell phone.
Do you want to hang up and try to call her? I mean, I'm just so sick of this. I'm just, listen. Things were great.
I hanging up to call the FBI.
No, you don't have to. I'm just saying, do you want to hang up and try to call her instead of message her? What I'm trying to say is, like, I just want things to go back like they were like Christmas. Like, right when we got the two puppies, all the kids were there. Everybody was so happy. Kids were playing their Switch. We were playing with the puppies. And it's just, life was just, like, happy as could be. And then, like, and here we are. I just want to go back to that, Tisha. Why can't we just get back to that place in our life?
Over.
What?
for a second that is not on my mind every single day, and that's not what I want. I put in so much effort in Christmas, and what you're saying, how much effort I put into Christmas and holidays for everyone, and you think for a second that's not what I want? I go out my way for all of our children to have tons and tons of clothing, everything I saw, but the waiter has online. Who do you think bought it? Who do you think did all that? Don't you think I love doing that? Want that? And I pray every day. That's exactly. I wake up every morning looking for you. Then realize I'm not beside you. Then realize I'm not helping the kids get ready for school. You think I don't know that and want that? I wasn't going through some turmoil where, oh gosh, I don't love my life. I hate myself. No. We had a great house. We have a great family. Like, really? So don't bring up Christmas and how you want the dog. You think it's going to bother me that I don't get to be like, oh, gosh, this year was this? Guess what? 17th, I always tell you happy anniversary. 17th, month by month by month. Think that's not coming up? Think I don't want to do that? You think the kids? Think I don't think about that every time? Oh, because you know why Landon pops up and gets to be the saint? This is the 100th day of school. I got the kids in the school. I kept them in school. I homeschooled them. You think I don't want all of that? Come on now.
Well, how?
To like doing all these different things when Gannon finally gets to middle school, because maybe, just maybe, the whole point of us selling our Twitter was for him to get called to hockey. I'm so excited. Seemingly, he might be interested in the sport that I can be at the schoolhouse and be a part of. You miss all this and want it?
Well, how do we get it back? How do we get back to just a month and a half ago? That's what I want to know. Because a month and a half ago, there was 5 people and 2 dogs. Now it's just me. So how do we get back there?
Albert?
Like, I don't even have, listen, I don't even have Lena. She's in Texas right now. I'm freaking.
That's your fault. Let me just go ahead and tell you. Because you shouldn't allow that to happen. That was irresponsible on your part. Okay? And you can think that I'm wrong or for whatever reason you want to. I don't agree with that, because at the end of the fucking day, she's still a drug. She still don't take care of her kids, and she still don't have a place to live. I want to let my child live with her. So that's on you. That's not me. I didn't make that decision and would have never made that decision.
But she's coming back. Don't get me wrong. She's coming back. I'm just talking about this weekend. Okay, she's down there with them. But even then, how do we get back to the 5 of us? The 5 of us, me, you, Harley, Gannon, and Lena. How do we get back to that point? How do we have a family and 2 dogs and a 2-story house and all the things that we had and 3 cars and the American dream? Right now, I'm living the American nightmare. How do I get back to the American dream? I need you to help me get there.
Albert, the first step is we figure out what the people in this world are cruel. Okay, they are. People are cruel. Okay? You, in your mind, know better than us. That American dream you just talked about, we would have never had it if any of those 5 people in our home would have been cruel. If any of those 5 people would have been out to hurt people or do bad things to people. Okay? So that's the first step that you need to realize, is that this is not me against you. Yeah, of course, people always, in marriages, you're going to have disagreements. But you know good and well, we literally just got off a cruise for our anniversary. I made sure that the children were in the best care possible, with someone staying there, not only with Harley, okay, someone in the adult that can make sure that they had everything they needed. Not a worry in the world. You know, I've always done that. I had always security systems installed. Check the ring gap. Check check alarm. You know me as that person, so until you put that in your mind, that's the first step, because you can't be against your wife on this, and you can't be thinking what these people are thinking online, that I'm this stepfather, because that's not true. Without me and God, the children would not be in our home, and without you and God, the children would not be in our home, because they were in horrible situations. So in order to get back the way it is, we need to figure out who can help us. Who can help us figure out the best way to get Gannon? Whether whatever it is. Do you want me to give him my leg? Do you want me to give him my arm?
No. Listen, I'm telling you, I told you this yesterday. I feel like this is all going to be my fault in the end, okay? Because I was gone when this happened. So don't sit there and offer your legs and arms up when it's my fault.
I'm not going to let you say that. Here's why. Okay? Let me tell you here's why. Because when you were in Oklahoma for 5 months, I had to be the one waiting and checking to make sure the kids were okay. I had to be the one driving, making sure this, that, saving people, barely getting time with them. I had to do that for you. I had to drive through the night to Orlando to catch planes, to a hurricane to get them to you in Oklahoma. Right?
But you got to understand. Let me tell you how I feel. Let me tell you my feelings. What is one of the most important things to me that I always say? Protection, right? And I failed in that because I couldn't protect my son, and I couldn't protect you from getting your head smashed and all these other things, okay? So that's how I'm feeling right now. But how do we get back to what we were with our 5 people in our family?
We are that. Why are we saying get back to it? That's what we are.
No, because I'm one person. Gannon's unknown. You and Harley bounced. Lena's with Landon. Okay, that's not 5 people. That's 4 people somewhere and one person unknown. So how do we get Gannon? How do we get Gannon back? Number one.
Let me ask you a question, okay? We're gonna sit for a second here, and we're gonna say, all right, we're gonna focus on 2 separate things here. First thing is we're gonna come back to getting Gannon back and all that. But let me ask you what you just said. Let me answer to what you just said. You can't think in your mind that that's what you want to get back. If you now, let me back up and say this. Heath and Harley didn't leave. This is what happened. Heath and Harley came back after they took absolutely everything from me. I went in. You were laying on the sofa, and I tried to talk to you. I said, come to the bedroom. Let me talk to you. Okay? I tried. The next day, you helped them. You did. Instead of just calling to say, hey, listen, they want to take Harley's car, and they want to take her. You didn't ever say that. Okay? You could have been trusting and said that to me. You know good and well. I have a lot that I've worked hard for to throw away. You could have called me. You could have said that. Instead, they chased us down, and your child that you're saying you want back in your life and you want was put in handcuffs like he's buying underwear.
Listen, you're right. Hold on. I'll stop you right there. All that's my fault. You're right. I could have stopped it. I could have said, no, leave the girls alone. You're right. Okay? Keep going. Tell me the rest of it.
So, when I come back, okay, after all this, we had the most important thing that you knew I needed, the most important thing that means the world to me and all of that was our items, specifically my diamond rings were in that car. I tried to reach out to you to say, can you please at least ask them, can we have those things? You wanted nothing to talk to me because that means the world to me to have my rings on because I took my vows for better with you. And I tried reaching out for you. Hey, they have my rings. They have my ID. I don't even have money because they have my card. You wouldn't even talk to me. So then you wonder why? I said, if my husband would not even talk to me, he would not even warn me that my child was the father to put in and not me because I was yelling at Harley not to move. And I was threatening and told they were going to shoot me right there. It's on camera.
Well, listen. I'm sorry. That's my fault too. Okay. No, I want you to know I'm telling you, all this is my fault. Okay. I'm acknowledging that. Keep going. I'm just trying to be a team here.
But then you tell everybody I leave. But when the truth is, you didn't step up in any of that to say, hey, babe.
Okay, all right, no, I'm gonna stop you there. You told the world on camera you left. I didn't. So let's clarify that, and then you can go on. Okay, go ahead.
Why I wasn't? They asked why I was not out there.
Okay.
Listen to me. In the situation, I'm sitting here getting all my things taken, and people think I don't have feelings. Why this stupid girl was sitting up in her house when she went peace without calling her kids. She didn't even complain on her birthday, which was 4 days before. And you think I weren't angry? You think I wasn't sitting there mad, thinking you don't give a fuck about them? Yes. Call me, I'll take the blame for that. I'll take the blame for being pissed that you would let that bitch run in our house the way she did our children. Sure as fuck did. After those times that she came to our house drunk and I had to let her stay at 4697 Farm Lake Drive, and you fucked me out about it and told me I was on her team because she was drunk and I wasn't letting her go high or whatever, and I was letting her leave with those kids. That's why. Because I don't care what the situation was. Could have been her fucking ass in a hotel because she didn't give anything to our children. I don't care what the times were. Because that didn't do anything but put a wedge between us. So yes, when I came back that night, I had no other choice.
Just makes her
to
seem
get
more nuts,
clothing.
but
I had no intentions of getting but a few things of clothing. So then when I see this bitch or other people, I'm not going to name any names, but you told me who are not, with my motherfucking clothes on, and then I see people, you can say what you want to, in a time like this, you should worry about that. I'm not worried about the material things. It's the principle in my home. Because I don't disrespect people's homes. If they disrespected me like that, there's no telling what they did to you or what they did to our children. That is why I was angry. So be mad at me and what you want, because I took clothes from there because I didn't want them burned. When I walked in that house the first time, shit had been moved. That shouldn't have happened, Albert. You shouldn't have let that bitch Veronica walk around and move like shit. That was wrong. Where was this bitch at when we needed help? When I needed somebody to help sometimes, where was she at, Albert? Where was she at when we needed help sometimes? When you would be working, we needed a babysitter. Where the fuck was she at? And you let her walk around and move her shit? And then you let her go downstairs and do what she did to Harley? Oh, that was it.
Who did what to Harley? No, I don't know. Who did what to Harley?
Oh, well, why don't you ask Miss Veronica what she walked downstairs and talked shit to Harley? I mean, we weren't, and my mother wasn't allowed to say a word for it because she wanted to make sure we got our things. You asked her that.
No, I'm asking you. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
And you asked Harley what that, man. You let that woman follow that child downstairs that didn't even step in to that motherfucking hurt.
Follow her downstairs. Well, anyways, I don't know what happened. Harley can tell me later. I don't know.
Yeah. So my point is, so you can tell me I left and wasn't trying to be a part. You did not step in to help me to see any of the odds. Sit there and try to talk to people, to try to remember anything else, to try to go through the steps of it. I immediately had to go into a defense mode, fighting for myself with nothing. Nothing. I was told. I was watched in the back of the freaking piss in my own home. And you wonder why I was like, well, why am I going to be here for? You had no business even letting my brother even put his hand on one of our handguns. You had no business with that.
Hey, you better stop right there because I was in total control of those weapons the whole time. You will not do that to me. Go ahead.
You might have been in total control, but he had no business doing that. Okay?
Who gives a crap about that? Come on now.
The point is, Albert, you let these people come in during that time, the first few days, and you let them control things. And you can say you didn't, and maybe you were hurt, maybe you were upset, maybe your focus was on one thing. And I understand that, and I try to do nothing but say, okay, thinking about that in my mind, and I still love my husband, and I still know that he was not in his right mind there. But as it kept continuing, you should have stepped in and said right then, if you are not you are not related to me by blood, I know your sisters are, I know your mom is. If you are not a Stauch and you're not related to me by blood, you need to leave this house. That's exactly what.
Okay, all right. Tisha, no, stop. Listen, I'll tell you. Put all that on me. I don't care, okay? We can fight about all that for the rest of our lives. You're right. I let people come into the house that ain't got no blood relation to me. You're absolutely right. Okay, but the bigger issue here, and I've let you go on, so I'm trying to be respectful and let you talk and talk, but all this is about you and your damn stuff, not a damn thing about Gannon. Yes, it is. No, yes, it is.
No, you asked me how. I said we're going to talk about two separate things. That's what I told you. So that's the first thing. Now, the most important thing is Gannon, because you asked me the question how to have everything back, American Dream, like you said, in December. First, you just realized where your actions could have been different. You realized where my actions could have been different. So until we have trust, put those actions back together and bring it back together as one, Albert, as one. You didn't marry me, or I didn't marry you in order to turn our backs on each other in tough times. That's not how it works in life. You know me better. I know you better. You know you've had to live with the past of the things that your father's done. I've never once said to you, I don't trust you with my child, and I feel like you're bad around them. Never once.
Actually, you have said that, which is bullshit, but go ahead. I'll listen to you.
No, I did not. You were talking about something Landon was trying to get me to turn on.
Okay, all right.
I'm talking about in our home. You know good and well, if I went somewhere and Harley was there, I was never worried for a second.
All right, so stop. You're not okay. Stop. Let me interject, okay? Because this is supposed to be about Gannon. This part one was no. Listen, please listen.
So we can go get Gannon.
Okay, the problem is here. You said until we have trust. The problem is we're not there yet. Okay, because a few minutes early. No. Listen. I'm gonna tell you why right now. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why, and then I'll let you talk. Okay, please listen. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I've taken the blame for everything that I'm responsible for in this situation. Probably more than I should have, but I'll take the blame for all of it. Okay. Quincy Brown's got the boy, okay? But the part that I still don't have trust about is when I brought up the fact that there was a puddle of blood in the house, you mentioned a head wound. You didn't even say a damn thing about that. Not a peep, Tisha. You blew right past it. So fill in the blanks for me.
No. What are you talking about, a head wound? I never said to you about any kind of head wound. Now, see, this is where you...
No, you did. You said in the bicycle incident, which you later told me was not true, but you...
I already told you I made that up because you would never believe anything I said.
Okay, so how did the puddle of blood get there? Because it wasn't there before we moved in. So, okay, tell me about the puddle of blood in the corner. No, you said the wall. You said there was something on the wall. Who cares what it was? You cleaned it. I don't know anything about that other than what you said.
We cleaned everything from when Gannon. Okay.
Yeah, and
I told you this.
No, you didn't, because we haven't talked about this. There was a puddle of blood the size of like one of those paper dinner platter plates. It's significant, and that was on the concrete, which means it had to be significantly bigger and more thicker, whatever. I can't hear you. Hello? I can't hear you.
You're talking about something.
I'm talking about something. No, it was not already there. Okay, that blood was not already there. How did the blood get there? Okay, it was a significant amount of blood. How did it get there in the corner of Gannon's room, under his bed, which you told me the beds were pushed together? So how did the blood get there?
Are you done yelling at me?
I'm not yelling. How did the blood get there?
You can tell all your little police people that are listening.
Did Quincy Brown bang Gannon's head up against the wall or something? Did he bust Gannon's head open? Did he hit him with a 2x4? What did Quincy do to Gannon? What did he do to Gannon that put blood on the floor?
Because I'm not stupid. I know you have police there. I know you have people there.
You can believe whatever you want, obviously, because I've had so many freaking stories that you believed that were true to tell me, and then you always back off of them. Okay, so you can believe whatever the hell you want to believe. All I believe is what I saw.
Yeah, because that's what you've done.
All I believe is what I saw. Blood on the floor in my son's room, and my son is missing. Okay, that's the two things I know. Gannon was hurt in my house.
I don't know. How many times do I have to say this to you? I don't know.
You don't know how he got hurt, okay?
You asked me 15 times the same exact question, and I'm giving you the same exact answer. I don't know. Then you try to turn it, and you try to ask me another way, and then you try to turn around, and you try to say something nice and sweet like you really care, and then you come back and ask me the same question again. And I've given you the same answer. If you're so concerned about...
But you had... No, stop, because you haven't given me the same answer. It's been a different story every time.
You sure aren't your ass to go find him to see what he did to Gannon. You are too busy worrying about something that you think you can solve.
I'm still waiting on the address. You were supposed to give me the address. You were supposed to give me the address from your lawyer's people.
Me?
Yes, because you said they had it.
You had an FBI...
Now you're changing your story. You called the police, not me. I wasn't there. I'll take the blame for not being there, for not protecting you. You called the police. Why did you call the police?
I am.
Stop right there. You called the police and told him he ran away. Not that Quincy Brown took him. What the fuck, Tisha? Answer that for me. You know without a shadow of a doubt Quincy Brown, and I believe you, Quincy Brown has my son. This motherfucker from somewhere up north of here, okay? But you called the police and said he ran away. Don't tell me you were freaking out. Okay, no. Don't give me some bullshit. Don't give me some bullshit story, Tisha. Tell me the goddamn truth right now.
Answer. If you're not going to listen to my answer, then why are you talking?
I'm listening. This is it. This is the line in the sand. Quincy Brown got my son, and you told the police he ran away, and there's blood in his room.
Guilty. Why would I call the police?
I said Quincy Brown was guilty. I didn't say you. I said Quincy Brown. Why are you talking about yourself? Why did you say if you were guilty? You told me you weren't the whole time. Why did you say if you were guilty? You said Quincy Brown, and I said Quincy Brown. You keep bringing it back to you, not me. No, I said there's blood in the room. Quincy Brown took him. You called the police and said he ran away. Explain all those things to me right now.
Albert?
What?
You calm down. I'm going to answer your question.
Oh, I'm calm. I'm as calm as I can be. I'm calm as I can be.
Because I'm not stupid. Yeah.
I'm not stupid either. You fucking lied to me and you fucking lied to the police. I'm not stupid either. So you better get right.
I told the police when I got there what happened.
Man, you told them he ran away and the whole neighborhood was looking for a runaway for days and days and days. You're lying. You are now lying, and I'm calling you out. You're lying.
That is not true. That is not what happened. When they interviewed me, I told them exactly what happened.
But that's not okay. I don't give a fuck what you said. You told me he was a runaway, so I called, and I cursed the lady out on the recorded line. Told her to get there for my runaway son. Okay, you never once told me Quincy Brown had the boy and there was blood in his room. So you better get it straight right now.
When you stop yelling at me.
When you start telling the truth. Tell the truth and I'll stop getting upset. You lying.
I told you the truth.
You are lying, Tisha.
You call me back.
Go ahead and hang up when you call me back when you got the truth. You're fucking lying.
Are you done yelling and cursing at me?
I'm done. Go ahead.
So, for a second, for a minute, I need you to just breathe. Because you're yelling at me. And I can't even answer a question when you're screaming. And every time I go to open my mouth, you're screaming and yelling at me.
Every time there's a lie, I'm going to call you out. So let's go. Let's see.
There's nothing for there to be a lie.
Okay, I'm just going to warn you. I'm firing a warning shot right now. You lie, I'm going to tell you you're lying. Go ahead.
Look, I haven't even said that. You're still running your yap.
All right.
You're still running your yap.
All right, I'm shutting my yap. Go ahead.
Still running your yap. If there was blood in Gannon's room, that would have been already from when he cut his foot. I've already told you that, okay? I told you that his arm, from him getting burned, was bleeding some, and so was his foot. I've already told you that.
Okay, you're lying. You're lying. Stop. That's a lie. Change it again because that's a lie. Here's the game we're going to play. Every time you lie, I'm going to call you out. You can't bleed that much from a burn. You can't bleed that much from a burn. You can't bleed that much from a cut on your foot from a 2x4. I'm not stupid. You're lying. Go ahead. Change it again. You're lying.
Side. You said a plate side.
A dinner plate okay, that's what seeped through, Tisha. That means there was a puddle of blood on the damn carpet to seep through the carpet, an inch of carpet pad, and onto the concrete pad where it looked like it had been sitting there for days, okay? All right, that's what I saw. So tell the fucking truth.
Maybe you should ask the people who were there living, because I never was there and it contaminated the crime scene. Maybe you should ask them.
Tisha, guess what? Guess what?
You're gonna get your fucking asses on the contamination.
All right, good.
Who did that? You tell me who did it.
All right, nice. Guess what? Guess what? You're just telling on yourself now. You're worried about you're worried about a damn loophole. You're trying to find a loophole. Okay. Oh.
Contaminated it.
Okay. There's another loophole. All right. There's another loophole.
Contaminated.
All right. There's 3 loopholes already.
Contaminated.
All right.
It sounds funny to me that they left for Texas with a child missing. Maybe they contaminated.
That's fine. Okay. Fine. All right. So that's
Like it when I'm talking shit.
Landon, Lena, Veronica, and me. That's 4 loopholes right there. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you to quit lying. You just told on, hey, between me and you just told on yourself because you just said they contaminated a crime scene is what you said.
No, I said y'all contaminated, meaning y'all put it in there then.
Oh, we put it in there?
Say that back, do you?
Okay.
Do you?
All right. So you see, here you go. Here you go with the spin game. Oh,
Maybe your brother did.
you were on the cut foot and the burnt arm. Now it's a spin game, okay? All right, keep going with your spin.
You the one said you know the answer, so, I mean, since you know the fucking answer, I was going to ask you what the bullshit you said to me.
Yeah, that's it's frickin', I know what the answer is. It's frickin' Gannon's blood. It's Gannon's blood from a head injury. Now, how did he get a head injury? How did he get a head injury over there in the corner? I mean, you freaking told on yourself saying you pushed the beds together. You pushed the beds together. We've never pushed the beds together. You're lying.
I've done it. Because let me tell you something, Albert. If you went in somewhere where there was blood and you were allowed to walk in there, maybe you did it.
Oh, maybe I did it, huh?
Because he wasn't allowed anywhere to see this.
Oh, wait a minute.
You do it?
Wait a minute.
So you just said you walked in somewhere to see it. Did you do it? Because you should, if that was the case, what you're telling me is you shouldn't even have been allowed in there.
Oh. I was in Oklahoma. That's what I got to say. That's my loophole. Okay? You want to try to pin it on me? Go ahead.
You walked in there the other day.
Yeah, I walked in there and saw it after. Hey, you told on yourself because you. Hey.
Then you maybe you could have been there because you know why?
All right. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Okay.
In there then.
All right. Hey.
You for the United States and you should have walked in a supposed crime scene.
Listen, calm down.
Did you walk? Did you walk in the room, huh?
What do you think is going to happen? Hey, what do you think is going to happen when they solve this crime? Okay, what do you think?
You must have walked in there too, huh?
What do you think? I don't know who.
Me and accused me of something? When you said you went somewhere, so who the fuck done it? Did she do it?
Just tell. Hey.
That if this was a crime scene, y'all were fucking allowed to be in there.
So, Tisha, okay.
Tell me better than this, since I know you're pretty smart. tell me better than this. So you admitted to me that you were allowed to walk into the crime scene.
No, I said I saw it. Don't twist my words. I saw it. I saw it.
Who else went in the car?
Okay. You want to know? You want to know who else walked in there? You, Gannon with a head injury, Quincy Brown, and a puddle of blood walked in there. That's who walked in there. So what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen when they find that boy and put all these pieces together? Okay. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think is going to happen?
If that's what you think.
You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. Okay, maybe this was a freaking accident. Maybe we can fix it. Okay, but the truth don't lie.
Accuse me. Accuse me. No.
I didn't accuse you. I accused Quincy Brown, and maybe there's a part of this that's an accident. Okay, by the
Some head injury to Gannon Jacob Stauch. I don't know about it, or I didn't do it.
or. Why is it an or? Why is it an or? Okay, that's why I don't trust you.
Do it.
No, you didn't say and. You said or.
You're going to do this to me.
Listen, all of this stuff doesn't matter because by the time I saw a puddle of blood on the floor, Gannon was already gone, okay? He was already walking sluggish to the truck, okay? And he's God knows where he is if he's even alive. And that's what matters. Okay? I'm just
sluggish to the truck?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure he was. Why did you anyways?
To the truck? Really?
Why would he be walking sluggish to the truck? He never does that when he has a tummy accident.
How can you determine sluggish from a video?
The same way you can determine a shadow means somebody's getting out of a truck. Okay, the same bullshit. Okay.
Any different than walking?
Listen. You claim a shadow. You claim a shadow means Gannon got out the truck. We never saw him. We saw him walking to the truck.
Against Quincy Brown and you.
Okay, good. I was walking sluggish when I cut my finger. Gannon was walking sluggish after he had a significant head wound with puddle of blood on the floor.
I haven't seen Gannon walk sluggish.
Okay, I'm telling you, he was walking sluggish because he was hurt, and there was a puddle of blood on the floor, and it's probably his blood. I haven't seen no freaking evidence, but I guarantee you it's his blood because it all adds up, Tisha. And he was walking sluggish because of that, just like I was walking sluggish when I cut my finger off. You hit the nail on the head, honey.
I don't even understand. Like, you're talking. See, this is what's not making any sense. You're trying to say that he got hurt, but I don't even know that he got hurt.
Oh, why? Oh, I'm glad you caught yourself.
Video, because you're saying he got hurt Monday morning?
I'm glad you caught yourself. Yep, I'm glad you caught yourself, though. Hey, listen, let's stop, okay, because this is going nowhere. We can fix this. No, I want Gannon. I don't want you in trouble. I'm blaming Quincy Brown, okay? I'm blaming freaking Quincy Brown. I want my son.
You just failed to tell me how we were supposed to be backed away in our American dreams. And you started screaming
No.
in the middle of the wall.
Because of my son. It's my son's blood all over the freaking house. Okay, my son's blood. If it was Harley's blood, you'd be screaming too. You're screaming and it's not even your son.
You saw this blood and it's Gannon.
I'm assuming who else's blood would be on the floor. Okay, good. Yeah, you got me. I'm assuming. I'm making a serious, legitimate assumption, putting all the pieces together. That is my son's blood. Lena, hey, is Lena cut up? Are you cut up? Is Harley cut up? No, Gannon's the only one missing, and we don't know. So yes, I'm assuming. Okay, I'm not cut up. I wasn't even there.
I'm going to tell you this, Albert.
You can tell me whatever you want to. Now is the time when we fix this. Right now. Okay.
Okay, and I'm telling you right now. You stop for 30 seconds and listen.
All right.
Instead of yelling back at me.
All right.
Gannon Stauch was not sluggish other than if his stomach might have been hurt and his foot. There was nothing wrong with Gannon on Monday morning. He had his switch, was playing his switch, and there was nothing wrong with him.
Okay, fine.
Maybe he was a little tired because the boy stayed up night with his stomach hurting, which I messaged you about.
Okay, fine.
Maybe he was a little tired for that part of it, but you can't assume that someone's sluggish and hurt on Monday morning. That is not true, okay? Gannon was under my care and was fine. If he'd been sluggish and hurt getting in your truck, there would have been blood in your truck.
Wait.
You tell people all online talking about he was looking like he was drugged. Really? Gannon drugged. I mean, he takes his medicine. One, okay, his stomach was hurting. Okay, he had a lot of Miralax in his system trying to lean him out.
So you did get, wait, I want to stop you because you said you didn't give him anything. Now you're saying you did give him something. This whole time you didn't give him anything.
No, you're a fucking liar because I told you I gave it to him on Saturday night.
Okay, maybe. I don't remember that, but now you say you said you doped him up on Miralax.
I already told you this, so don't try to correct me and tell me I'm lying when I know for a fact. Right? He was probably
Much
very
appreciation for you
tired.
and all of the free-
If you go back and look at your phone, I messaged you up until 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. Because we didn't sleep. I'm sure Lena went to school completely exhausted. So if he walked out maybe a little bit tired, and you saw that, then blame me. Because you know why? We didn't go to sleep.
So now he is tired and sluggish, and a minute ago he wasn't tired and sluggish.
If you think that, then that's why.
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to clarify because you said he wasn't, now he is. Okay. I can't hear you.
I said if he would have his head injury that you're talking about, okay, he would have had blood in your truck. Okay? He would have. There would have had to been something done to him. This supposed head injury you're talking about would have just stopped. Would have just stopped.
I agree.
Okay?
I agree with you.
Okay? Then there would have been blood all over your truck. Okay? That's just how it would have been. It's like, I understand as a father, you are freaked out. Okay? I understand at this point, you're going to cuss out the world because it's about your child. I understand that. When I thought Harley was lost on that freaking cruise boat, I felt that some sticks out. I understand what you're saying when it comes to mode, attack mode, protect mode, attack mode. Okay? But you want to know how do we get back to that? Then you have to believe that when Gannon Stauch left that house that day, he was not in any shape or form, had been bleeding, hurt, nothing, other than him hurting his foot, okay, his stomach hurting. And you know what? I was going to leave him at home.
Wait, what about the burns?
Okay, you already knew this.
Okay, well, you said, I'm just clarifying because you said in any way, shape, or form, and he had burns on his arms. Okay, this is my baby boy now we're talking about.
Yes, you said his head. I'm trying to clarify his head.
All right, so I got you. All right, I got you. He didn't leave the house with he didn't leave the house with a head injury. All right. So did you bring him back and then he got a head injury, or did you bring him back with a head injury? Okay. Then he ran away. Did he run away, or did Quincy Brown take him with a head injury? Okay. What version of that is the truth? Because the boy was bleeding in the house. So where did the blood come from?
Albert, I'm going to tell you once again.
All right.
You can say all you want to with these assumptions that you have. Okay? Gannon has already been bleeding from his foot. Okay? I had already cleaned it up outside.
Did he bleed in that corner? Did he bleed in the corner of the room? Okay, I'm sorry.
Can I talk?
Okay, go ahead.
He had already been bleeding from his foot. We had at that point in time fixed the room. The only reason I put the room, cleaned it up, or whatever, was because later on I did that before you got there.
So you cleaned up the room before I got there? Okay.
Fucking listen to me. As far as making the thing back up, fixing his Legos back right. I did that.
Cleaning the wall, right?
Huh?
Cleaning the wall, right? That was part of the cleanup?
Cleaning the wall.
You said...
Gannon and I had already done that.
Okay, I'm just trying to put the timeline together.
You're talking about cleaning something prior. Like, it was prior to what you're even talking about.
Okay.
This is what you're not understanding.
Well, I'm trying to understand because you told me you cleaned up the rape scene in his room initially, and now, you know...
Yes, my clothing, and I've already told you that.
Okay.
Okay? I've already told you this, Albert.
What about the corner where the blood was? Did you clean that up too? Okay, was that part of the cleanup? And that's fine if that was part of the rape cleanup. I mean, but was that part of the cleanup?
Okay, now you're trying to go up.
No, I'm trying to understand all of this. You never told me the rape wasn't true and the bang in your head wasn't true. You told me the bicycle wasn't true. You didn't tell me this part wasn't true. So did you clean up the corner too? Was that part of the cleanup? Because that's where the blood was, and like I said, that all adds up to an accident to me, and that Quincy Brown is responsible, okay? And that you just got scared and freaked out. Or was it your blood from when you banged your head? I mean, what happened? What happened in that?
Gannon's blood.
Well, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm assuming it's his, but if you banged your head that hard to pass out, you probably were bleeding too. Maybe you fell into the corner because the beds were pushed together. I don't know. All right, I'm just trying to understand. And then you cleaned it up, and that was part of the cleanup that you talked about. Just explain to me what's going on here.
It was embarrassing to explain to you, Albert. It's embarrassing.
It's me. It should be embarrassing to me, babe.
Don't call me babe, because you don't really want me as a babe. You're not trying to be loving to me.
I'm trying to find out what happened to my son. Everything else is part of the situation after we find Gannon. Whatever we decide at that point.
What's in Gannon's blood?
In the corner?
Wherever it would have been on the roof.
Okay, keep going. I'm gonna shut up because this is freaking me out.
Don't even start with all freaking me out like you care.
I care if it's. I don't want nobody to bleed. What are you talking about? So you cleaned up your blood and Gannon's blood in the corner? Why didn't you tell me that?
I did. You just said I told you about the cleanup part and whatever about it. You're just like, it doesn't matter what I told you. You think it's funny. You just want to laugh at me. That's what you want to do.
I don't want to laugh. I don't want to. No, I want to know where my son is and what happened. How did your blood get there, and how did Gannon's blood get there?
Listen,
Okay,
Timothy.
I'm listening.
I've already told investigators that.
Okay, all right. Well, tell me, because I don't know.
You went on this no. Since they let you in on this supposed crime scene that you shouldn't have even been on if it was a crime scene, then they probably let you in on everything. Okay, or they did things illegally, whatever they did. My point is, it is embarrassing to tell you that. Okay? Embarrassing. Okay? Because you know why? You're not going to take my side, so what does it matter?
I am going to take your side. I'm
trying to put me on trial. Have you been in the car to go find this dude, or have you put me on trial?
Listen, you told me you were getting the address or the phone number or something from the attorney's assistant. Okay?
The reporter's got to do a whole report on it.
Okay, so why can't I have the address and go there and...
The address will be on the TV in a minute.
Okay, so I can't do anything because I got to wait for the TV report, the breaking news story, when you have the information? Come on.
You don't got to wait for the breaking news report.
Listen. Hey, back up.
You're trying to put Amber, she's protecting you.
No, all I know her is from a voice on the phone. Listen, what I want is what I told you I wanted initially. I want our 5 people in our family, 2 dogs, Christmas presents. Yes, that's what I want, okay? And if this was, I'm just talking about, that's the last time we were all together, happy, enjoying that I can think of that was great.
What could pick up?
I'm just talking about good times in our life.
Hey,
I said that's the last thing I can think of presents. What?
that starts with you. That starts with you saying, I want my wife and my daughter here and Lena here, and we're going to sit down and we're going to all find Gannon.
Right, and we can fix this. Us, our family can fix this. All 5 of us. Okay, maybe it was an accident. I don't know.
Love it.
Okay, all 5 of us can fix this.
Talk to Lena. That's how sorry that shit was. Sorry. That's how sorry that shit was. You could right now fix this. You could right now say, listen, my wife, my cows, and my cows, we're all going to be in this one location because our home has been taken over. And we're going to write it down. If we have to wake up every morning and write down any new detail as we are pursuing this person.
Okay, and that's what I'm trying to do.
With you.
And that's what I'm doing with you. I'm writing down every detail. This adds up to an accident, a Quincy Brown. No.
Not about your ability.
You said we can get together, write down every detail. We're on the phone together, Tisha. We can write down these details.
The way you want to do it, right?
I offered you a meeting. A meeting? Yes.
Okay, make up your mind. 1 minute you offer me a meeting. Next minute you said, how do we have our lives back the way?
All right, and I also told you it starts with the truth, okay? You still haven't told me. Oh, yes, okay. How did the blood get in the corner? Your blood and Gannon's blood. How did it get there? That's the truth that we need, okay? How did it get there?
It doesn't matter what I tell you. You're going to call me a liar.
No, just tell me what the truth is. That it does matter.
I tell you, you're going to call me a liar.
Tell me the truth, and I won't call you a liar.
I told you.
Okay.
You're going to call me a liar. I could tell you that I freaking got hit with a baseball bat, and you would still be like, you're lying. And it'd be true.
Listen.
I told you that I can tell you that somebody was trying to stick something in my asshole. And Gannon's asshole. And you would tell me I was telling a lie. You wouldn't care.
Actually, I would. If you told me the truth, I would absolutely care. Because if you got hit with a baseball bat, we wouldn't be talking right now. Okay? So that's why I just need the truth of how did the blood get there. Now we've established it's Gannon's blood.
I just told you, didn't I?
Tell me again. You didn't tell me. You said if I told you this or if I told you that. You didn't tell me anything.
If you are all over the place, that you're that blind, if you're that blind to it, then that's on you.
So somebody hit Gannon with a baseball bat. Somebody hit Gannon with a baseball bat and then molested both of y'all. So so it's blood from his butt?
Talk with a baseball bat, like use it as an example how you wouldn't believe nothing I said.
So somebody raped and molested both of y'all. And that's blood from his butt is what you're telling me. And blood from your butt.
I'm not telling you anything because I'm not going to relive it.
Well, Gannon's out there hopefully reliving it every day. I hope he's out there living.
And he's not, because you know why?
You're hoping he's not living? You're hoping he's not living? I said I hope he's out there living.
Living every day. Oh my God. You just see?
No.
See what you did?
Yeah, I saw what I did. I took what you said.
He's not, I said, I hope he's not living it every day. Like, as in living through someone hurting him. And you took that as me saying something different.
Why? But why are you so worried? Somebody did something to you and Gannon, this Quincy Brown guy. You're not going to be in trouble. You're not going to be in trouble. But you're talking about contaminated crime scenes. But I'm not telling you you're going to be in trouble. I don't even know. Okay? You're worried about all this stuff. No. You're worried about immunity. You're worried about contaminated crime scenes, but you didn't do anything.
I'm telling you, you didn't like that I came back with you when you said something like that.
No, you can come back at whatever you want. Okay, it's not a competition. It's not a competition. Actually, it is a competition to find that boy. I can't hear you.
It's the Constitution.
What Constitution? I can't hear you.
It's the law. If someone deems something a crime scene, there's not a person is allowed to be in there breathing, walking, anything.
But why are you worried about that? Why are you worried about that? You're not on trial here.
Like when I come at you with the truth.
No, you're not on trial here. No, the truth is, well, how did the blood get there? Tell me, okay?
Oh, you're asking me again.
How did the blood get there? I'm not saying it's your fault. Listen,
Same question fucking 15 times.
because you won't tell me. So I want you to acknowledge for me that if what you're saying is true, I don't know the Constitution like you do. Okay, you went to law school and all that stuff, right? So if the police allowed somebody to go in there, that's the police's fault. Okay, that's not my fault. It's not your fault.
No. Do you ever let people talk and answer you?
Yes.
You should have been, like, this is what I told you all the time. You should have been a lawyer.
Right, okay.
You asked the book. He's like, if now, in my ear, when I'm trying to tell him, you would not let someone answer you for nothing. Like, you sit there at work and let people dog your ass, but you would talk shit to me.
No, I'm not talking shit. I'm asking you for the truth.
It doesn't even make any sense to me. You won't even, like, protect us in freaking Burger King, but you'll talk shit to me.
I'm not talking shit. I want my family. I want my son. He was bleeding when he left the house. You told me that. You told me he was bleeding. You told me he was bleeding when he left the house. You just told me that. There's blood all over the floor, and he left with Quincy Brown.
When?
I didn't ask you that.
I know that I'm getting messages. I know that I'm getting whatever saying something about money. I sent it to you. You didn't acknowledge that, did you?
I did acknowledge that.
Fucking me.
But you got to understand.
There's no but.
Okay, fine.
You believed 100%. Believed 100% that I did not hurt Gannon Stauch. You would not be interrogating me like you're a police officer.
Okay, I'm not. Okay, but I'm going to go over you exactly what I know from what you told me. I'm going over it. You called 911. You reported a missing child. Okay? Then when I got home, no, you called. Let me rephrase that because you said he was a runaway. You said he left and the cameras prove he didn't.
So I didn't say that.
Okay?
The police said
You said that. You told me he went to a friend's house. You told me that. Okay? He went to a friend's house and didn't come home. All right? You told me that.
he was hiding.
Okay? Then you changed the story to the cops and to me and everybody.
I thought he was hiding.
Okay, fast forward. Then I see blood. Now you've confirmed you also saw blood. Okay? And then I ask you to tell me the truth over and over and over again, and you don't. Then I even offer I can help you fix it. It could be an accident. Quincy Brown could be at fault. I can be at fault. Okay? But you just keep going down this road. And how do you expect me? How do you expect me not to blame myself because my son's missing and nobody can find the truth and it's in my household? Okay? How do you expect me
to tell you, like, what do you want me to tell you?
where the blood came from and how it got there? That's what I want to know.
Big Mac.
You did not.
He keeps saying it.
Man,
15
that
times.
You didn't say how it got. Or you didn't say how it got there.
Pina colada,
If
maybe?
you bleed, come on.
What? Say what?
If you get hurt, you bleed.
Okay. How you got hurt?
Common sense.
You got hurt and you bled and you and Gannon bled in the same puddle? There was one puddle, not two. There was one puddle. So you sat back to back and bled together? Is that what happened?
No, that's not what happened.
Well, then,
That's where you go again about interrogating.
I'm not. I'm trying to put together what happened to my son and my wife. So tell me, where's the second puddle of blood if you were both hurt equally? And you remember all of that now? Okay.
So I'm sitting back here as you try to put words in my mouth.
I'm not. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. Well, tell me what happened then. Tell me where the blood came from. How it got there. Tell me.
I want a Coke. My arm hurts.
I can only go on what I heard.
Okay. Tell me what you heard then.
I told you I am not.
When is this dingbat gonna be
Until
done?
you guys can stop trying to make me to be the criminal when I'm not.
I'm not. I told you I'm taking blame for it. No, let's clarify. Let's clarify.
You got mad and
Let's clarify.
guilty for asking to clear your name.
Let's clarify.
Be stupid enough to clarify to you.
Because I'm not blaming you.
That saying that I'm cleared. Not a criminal. I did not.
Okay, you're right. You're not a criminal for hearing things. Nobody is. So what did you hear?
Testify.
What did you hear?
I did.
Testify to your husband about this. Our son. Our son is missing.
Did you just say that? You won't even let your wife and daughter and your other daughter be with you right now.
Because you won't tell me the
You
truth.
worried about family?
Just tell me what you heard, please.
Yeah, but you better believe Lena was with you. But yeah, Harley's supposed to be your daughter too, right?
You took Harley.
Wait, right?
I want my family. You and Harley chose to leave, and I never asked you to leave. Okay, I wanted it the whole time.
If she was trying to worry about you, she was about you wanting to pay her car payment. You changed clothes on her. Why?
Because I had to do that because I'm responsible for it. Yes, okay, but that doesn't matter right now. You can make the car payment all you want to. That doesn't matter right now. Listen.
But you want your family, right?
I can't hear you.
I said you want your family, right?
Yes, I do.
You want your family?
I do.
17-year-old who worked their fucking ass off to pay for the car?
Okay, and I worked my ass off to be able to finance the car for her, okay? But you need to tell me what you heard. Because that...
But then you could have gave her the option to get it back herself and finance it.
She can get it back whenever they release it. She can get it back whenever they release it.
Situation.
All right, you said earlier, listen.
And Chandler treated her in that situation.
Yes, exactly. And a father, hey, don't tell me how a father is supposed to feel. You're talking about what you said is most important to you, which is things. You said that. Items. Okay? I'm talking about what's most important to me. What's most important to a father is his son. The most important thing to a father is his children. I want my son back, and you have the information, and you won't give it to me. You won't tell me what you freaking heard when he was bleeding to death.
You said the most important thing to you is your son.
And my son, my children. I said that, my children. My son is missing right now. My 2 daughters are not missing. My 2 daughters are not missing.
Talk to her and said, listen.
Lena is safe and sound. Harley is safe and sound.
They need love and care.
Okay.
Just said you put Lena to bed last night.
Right. Where's Harley at?
You wouldn't let us come.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. You won't tell me where she's at to protect her and keep her safe. She wouldn't tell me that. Tell me
Albert,
what you heard.
Albert, can I come say?
Listen. You're worried about you now. You're worried about you. This is about Gannon. Gannon's bleeding to death, and you heard it.
Gannon's missing and you want to do something.
No, Gannon's...
With the motherfucking FBI, but you ain't.
I'm on the phone with you. You want togetherness, I'm giving you that, okay? You said Gannon's bleeding.
Fucking FBI on the phone.
You said Gannon's bleeding, and...
Make this a priority then. You want your family? And you mean that? You're not trying to be at a got you, throw me under the bus?
All right, you want to get the FBI on the phone and tell them what you heard? I'll call that lady right now. And tell them you have the key piece of evidence. Amber, I'll call that Amber lady and tell her you have the key piece of evidence that they're missing. What?
Call her on that three-way then.
Call her on 3-way? All right, I gotta go to my message and look up the number. Well, you can read the number to me. Hold on.
How did she say when you called her?
What?
What did she say when you called her?
She said that you hadn't that.
Over this. So I'm trying to understand why FBI needs to call.
I don't know. Okay, no, I am telling you. She reached out to me and said, "I'm with the FBI. How can I help you?" That's what she said. We're to the point now where the FBI is involved, so if somebody's saying they can help me, then they can help me, and that's what I want. So I reached back out to her. You didn't message her. You lied to me.
Yes, I did. I'll send you the message right now.
All right, I'm gonna add her on the call right now. You ready? And you better tell her what you goddamn heard, Tisha, about that boy bleeding to death. All right, I'm adding the call. Hold on, right now. 719. 9 2 4 0 2 5 1 6. All right. Three-way is starting. Don't go nowhere.
This is Amber.
Amber, hey, this is Al again. I got Tisha on the other line. Can I merge you in? Tisha, are you there? Tisha, are you there? Tisha.
Yes, I'm here.
Amber, are you there?
I'm here. This is Amber.
Okay. Amber, Tisha, tell Amber whatever it is you got to say about what you heard when Gannon was bleeding to death. Because that's what you've been telling me.
I did tell you, because Quincy was beating him up and hurting him. Can you hear me? Yeah, you said Quincy was beating him up and hurting him? Yes. And what I was just telling, I've been telling everybody this for days. Mm-hmm. So maybe, because obviously I am FBI and not El Paso County, I'd like for you to kind of go through this story with me. I know it's awkward. I know it's weird. I know it's hard to talk to strangers, telling strangers things like this. But, every detail helps us. That's why we try to ask you as many questions as we possibly can. So I'm sorry that you're going to have to go through it. Many times talk to different people, and no one has ever tried to help me. I haven't tried to not tell you anything in the FBI. There were 3 people already called. Okay. Well, and I'm sorry that, here I am. I'm another person. I'm talking to you. I'm making you live something again. And I know it's a very personal situation, but I want to get as much information as I can from you, because every detail does matter and it counts. So, I'd like you to... Let me just call you back. Can I call you back? I don't have a phone. I'm going to walk and get someone's phone, because I like credits off of working, so that if it's going to be a long conversation. Okay. Is it that same number? Because I text that 719 number that he gave me. Well, the 719-240-2516 that you guys just called me on is a cell phone. So, and I didn't receive any text messages. Okay. Because I'm on this text app, because they take my... You just give me a minute. I'm going to walk and grab another phone and call you right back, okay? Okay.
Are we going to do a 3-way again or what?
Hello?
Tisha. Okay, she hung up.
Good time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will take our morning recess. If I can have everyone return at 10:45, we should be able to start on time at that point. Again, don't discuss case among yourselves. Don't discuss case with anyone else. With that, we'll see you back at 10:45. All rise for the jury, please. Thank you. May all be seated. Record should reflect the jury has left the courtroom. Mr. Allen, I just want a housekeeping matter. Yesterday, you referenced 4 phone calls, Exhibit 51, 52, which was just played.
Right.
And 53. I thought you also referenced another one.
Yeah, that one's not admitted yet.
Okay.
Because it's only a call between the defendant and Special Agent Cronin.
Okay. That's what I wanted to check on.
Yep.
Okay.
And that is Exhibit 333, Judge. And as far as timing, these last 2 phone calls are just short of 30 minutes each. So some questions in between them, and then those 2 recordings. So just to give you an idea on timing.
Okay. When we come back, I take it then that you will have Agent Cronin back on the stand for a few minutes are you going to play 333 next, or I don't know what the timing is?
Yeah, 333 is actually next. So I need to get her back on the stand, ask her some questions as it relates to that last call, then do a foundation for 333 and then play it.
Right. And that should, let's see. probably put us mostly towards the noon hour. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. Court will be in recess then.
All rise.
Hello. That's pretty interesting. I mean, I think it's crazy how Letecia can just sort of keep Gannon, like, she doesn't accidentally screw up very often. I mean, it's not even like, it's pretty amazing how she can compartmentalize, is what I was saying earlier in the chat. And then as soon as another person got on the phone, wow, her entire personality changed to one of more reasonable sounding. But anyways, the trial will be starting back up here in a few minutes. And, you know, this channel runs on the generosity of the people watching it. Okay, we've had a pretty poor start of the show today. For me to do these 8-hour shows, it's got to be worth the time. Okay, I mean, I normally do my 3 or 4 hour shows in the evening, but I'm doing these 8-hour streams because I know the freaks and people want to watch this. So if you guys can figure out a way to help support the channel with super chats or channel memberships, PayPal, whatever the hell you feel like you can do, that would be great. But yeah, it's not feasible for me to have it running for 8 hours and, you know, have like, I mean, for a while there we were like $12 for an hour and 50 minutes. Yeah, it's just that doesn't work. I'm just honest on this channel. The other channels will be like, yay, great, you know, forget it. Okay, my time's worth money as well as everybody else. All right. So thank you, Marie Anderson. And then during the stream, when you see Letecia on the screen, you can do the $5 to $10 and you get the taco stomp on Letecia's face. Anyways, what did you guys think of that? Hopefully what I just said actually made a difference. Thank you, John Dunn. The audio must have, I don't know, the audio to me was way more interesting than the yesterday. The forensic guy. Wow. Right. Thanks, Crystal. Yeah. Thanks, Simple Life Days and Crystal S and Marilyn Russell.
Chewbacca? I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Hello, Gray. Audio must have put many to Z.
Hey, look at that, Marie Anderson, gifted. Oh my God, Lynn again. She's back from the dead. Ashy Snow.
Chewbacca?
Thank you.
I'll be Chewbacca if you want
Marilyn
me to.
Russell, thank you. You know, it's weird when you look at Al, or listen to Al, how he's... I mean, imagine I mean, every one of you who's had a pet or a child that's been missing just for a few seconds, the panic and feeling you have. So Al has this in the background, but he's trying to maintain sort of some calm while he's sitting there talking to the person he knows killed his kid. I mean, that's must be brutal.
Peace dove, art, and freaks. Snowflake.
Snowflake, huh? Thanks, Ashy Snow. Yeah, I don't know if I could do what he's doing. There's no way. I'd just be yelling. And then he keeps all of her versions of the story in his mind. Man. I'm just reading some chat. They probably knew where Letecia was the whole time. And it seems like they gave Al a lot of inside information. Like he knew there was cleaning up of the crime scene. That's something that normally law enforcement keeps to themselves. Anyways, thanks for all the people that help me support the channel. If you can't monetarily, at least hit the like button, share the video, etc., etc. But yeah, you guys are the sole. There's no ad revenue on live streams, especially a trial like this. Yeah, so it's purely you guys. If you think I'm doing a good job, then help support the channel. If not, then you don't want. If you don't think I'm doing a good job, then why are you watching? 'Cause Gray, you're the only one that puts up the windows a certain way. Yeah, poor Judge up there too, huh? You know, he's sitting there just going, I'm going to overturn anything if they come up with not guilty on insanity. I wonder if he can do that. I don't think he would. I'm not sure what that means. Glamorous girl, but yeah. Thanks, Sherry Whitford. Thank you, Caligal3. So kind, so kind. The poor Judge. I read it sometimes. I don't have time to read every second of every comment that people make, especially during my 4-hour evening show where I'm doing a show. You know, I'm not. See, here's what I think is a fraud, in a way, are the true crime, quote, true crime channels who sit and stare at the chat while they're doing an entire live stream, and that's their whole shtick. It's just interacting, back and forth with people commenting in the chat. Like that's the show. I mean, did you even think of anything that you might have been able to present or bring out and talk about. I mean, it's just bizarre. Yeah, so while I wish I could read every single comment, I just don't have time. I can read more during this trial because I'm not presenting something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I try to see some comments here and there. Yeah. Oh, way back then, huh? I think I did some pretty good videos on Missy Beaver. Looking at the surveillance footage and trying to figure out the height of the person. Yeah, that's exactly right. Simple Life Days. The chat is the one, they bring up stuff and then they go, oh, ooh, yeah, and then they pretend later like they came up with it or something. I mean, it's just weird. But it is what it is. I mean, obviously during trials, it's hard, you're not preparing a discussion list, you're just listening and, basically you're feeding off of the trial because the trial's live. In the evening, we do the Lori Daybell case. That one, I get the audio feed emailed to me, an MP3 file from the courthouse itself, and then I have to go in and edit out all of the paper as much as I can, the paper rustling, the long gaps between calling up a witness. I mean, it's just amazing how much wasted time there's going on in that case. This case it keeps moving. Whether it's boring or not, we don't, nothing to do with it, but they just keep a next witness up. There's very little time prepping something. They're ready to go right away. So I like that part. So anyways, I'll let you enjoy the music, and thank you all for supporting the channel, for all those sending in super chats, hitting the like button. Thank you. Trust your intuition cake. Yeah, there looks like Chloe's in her bed now. Let's see. Hold on. There she is. Look at that. There she is. She showed up. Although it's hard to see that she's even there.
What is Letecia saying?
I think I was trying to put the audio on of the judge when he was staring, listening to that audio.
I'd like to have a Coke. A Coke sounds good. Oh yeah, and a burrito too. Taco Bell for lunch. Maybe I'll call DoorDash.
That's right, DoorDash, everybody. I was at my stepkid's house last night. I picked one up to take him home from Albertsons because it was like a mile and something in the pouring rain. So I figured, hell. Pick him up, and when I got home, he goes, "Hey, you want to come in for a beer?" So we had a couple beers up in the apartment there. And one of them ordered DoorDash Burger King. Oh man. Oh boy. Hey, Chloe. We're not talking about you. I think I like a Whopper more than a Big Mac. It feels like when you're eating a Whopper, it's actually beef. A Big Mac, you're not really sure what that is, you know. I know they say it's 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. However, I'm just not sure. Remember they used to have jingles for that shit? Man, they're so far away from anything like that anymore. Yeah, I think the Whopper just tastes good. If you haven't had a Whopper in a while, why don't you go out and try one again? It's a little bit like having cornflakes after you haven't eaten them for a long time. That ad sponsored by Burger King. Not really. Oh, yeah. Yeah, probably not too many Burger Kings over there. I do like the special sauce they put on the Burgerville hamburgers. All right, let me get back. Here we go.
Right? Court will recall 20 CR 1358, People versus Letecia Stauch. Record should reflect the jury's not present in the courtroom. Is there anything we need to take up outside the presence of the jury at this point in time?
There you are.
All right, defense, let's go ahead and bring the jury in. And Agent Cronin, I just remind you that you're still under oath.
Yes, sir.
That's not true. The Burgerville sauce is actually mayo, mustard, and hamburger relish at a precise percentage. Okay? I actually asked one time and I almost created exactly what it was. Now, Burger King might have the Thousand Island dressing on there. Okay? All right, thanks. Just want to get that straight. Facts only here, everybody.
All rise for the jury, please. Thank you. You may all be seated. Court will recall 20 CR 1358, People versus Letecia Stauch. Record should reflect the jury has returned to the courtroom. When we took our break, we were in the midst of the testimony of Agent Cronin. That's where we will resume. Mr. Allen?
Thank you, Your Honor. As it relates to that last call that we just heard, is it fairly consistent through all the different phone calls? Seems like she's more focused on herself than on trying to help find Gannon.
Yes.
Was it consistent that there would sometimes be nuggets of truth that she would give wrapped in things that were untrue or distracting?
Makes me think of
points?
Chicken McNuggets.
Yes, it seemed that at times when she'd be specifically talking about Gannon, she may tell you something to explain away evidence that was advertised that we found, or maybe hadn't been publicized that we had found.
So when you say hadn't been publicized, so pieces of evidence that only somebody involved would know about?
Yes, like the talking about the blood in Gannon's room.
Okay. That was never put out in any social media or in the media at all?
Correct. The blood on the wall or the blood on the floor.
Okay. And yet, was she then exhibiting some pretty strong knowledge of that blood being in existence in these phone calls?
Yes, she was providing explanations for why the blood might be there.
Okay. Was that similar to the board that was found up on the S curve in southern Douglas County?
Correct. Talking about the board, it was in the news media that we were searching in that area, and that's when the discussion of the Craigslist looking for a bicycle story came about.
So another way of trying to explain away why she would be in that area and explain why maybe GPS is showing her there.
Correct.
Okay. I noticed in that phone call, and want to have you comment on it, that in the portion of the phone call, the vast majority of it's just her now, correct?
Yes.
And then at the end, it sounds like there's a three-way call where you're actually brought into the call?
Yes, when they were talking about bringing me into the call, I stepped out of the room so that way I could take the call.
Seems like demeanor changed quite a bit. She's getting very confrontational with Al throughout that phone call, and then when you get on, very calm. What was your take on that?
And Your Honor, I'm just speculation.
No.
No, I understood the question. You were asking the witness what her understanding of it was.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Overruled.
The significant pause in her speaking when they hooked up the three-way call gave me the impression she might have been reluctant to speak with me.
Okay. Do you ever notice in your experience as a special agent with the FBI that when you're having interactions with people, when they find out you're an FBI agent, that they treat you differently?
Yes.
Is that sort of what happened there?
Yes.
I put on the desk in front of you People's Exhibit 333. Do you recognize that?
I do.
What is 333?
It's a recorded phone call that I had with the defendant.
Have you had a chance to listen to the contents of that disc?
Yes.
Is it a fair and accurate recording of that phone call?
Yes.
And did that phone call occur on February 15th, 2020 at 1:17 p.m.?
Yes.
And at this time, I'd move for admission of People's Exhibit 333.
Defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Exhibit 333 will be admitted. Go ahead.
And permission to publish, Your
I'm
Honor.
just going to play it.
Yes.
Okay.
And this one is the 27 minutes and 44 seconds.
Agent Carter, you can step down. Go ahead.
And Judge, just before we start playing it, you can step down. As far as volume, I'm wondering if you want to inquire with the jury, is it too loud or too, I doubt it's too quiet, but I want to make sure that it's not too loud.
That's probably a good question to ask because the speaker is right next to me and there are parts of it that are really loud for me. But, oh, all right. You guys can hear it from over there. I didn't realize that. Okay. Is it loud enough? Let me ask. Is it too loud for anyone? No.
Yes.
It's maybe we can turn it down a little bit, or maybe I can turn it down a little bit. Okay, give it a shot.
This is Amber. Hello?
Hi, I'm calling you back. I had to get someone's call.
Sure. All right, Tita. Well, like I said, I know that this is an awkward thing for you to have to keep going through this over and over again. But I would like you just to kind of start me at the beginning of this whole thing and try to walk me through it as to what happened.
So, I mean, I imagine supposed to start from Monday because I've already went through the whole everything else 15 times. And Monday is when, you know, the last thing. So is that where you want me to start from?
Yeah, sure. Start there. I mean, honestly, like I said, you know, we're in the detail business, so it's always every little detail you can think of. It may be a help.
Okay. So on Monday, we were going to go get a bike. Our agenda was to get a bike.
Okay. And I'm going to be one of these annoying people that I'm going to, you know, try to get as much detail from you as possible. Because like I said, so Monday you're going to go get a bike. Is this, did you get the bike from somebody? Were you talking to somebody? Where were you going to get the bike? You know, details about stuff like that.
I was going to get to that.
Okay, sorry.
I was just going to tell you our agenda before we left all that off.
Okay.
The agenda was to get a bike that day. We were going to trade in some sport equipment, and then just, go shopping a few times, few places here and there, and then come back home. So then we set up the day that I was going to leave Gannon at home because he stays at home sometimes by himself or whatever, like if we're at work and yada, yada, yada. But he wasn't feeling well because he had already hurt his foot. He had some burns from the carpet, from the fire that he accidentally set. And so I didn't feel comfortable leaving him by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Typically he does, but I didn't feel comfortable because I didn't want to get so sad about him being home, by himself, if he needed someone, yada, yada, yada.
Sure.
So I told him, I said, hey, you have to ride with me. I decided to stay home with him that day because Albert was out of town. And I said, you have to ride with me.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, okay, can I take my Switch? He wasn't feeling that well, as far as, he was not complaining with any kind of pain or, sickness or anything like that. He just kind of felt, down just because he had stayed up the prior night on Sunday, probably till about 3 or 4 a.m. because he has a lot of problems using the bathroom when he takes his medicine and then don't take it, and he takes 5 amps.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes his stomach would get really backed up, and it had already gotten that way.
Mm-hmm.
So we stayed up a lot that night after I had put the fire out.
Okay.
And he was in and out of the bathroom, so he's kind of tired, exhausted, a little bit, whatever. But I was like, hey, you want to just ride with me? So we did. But I think it was about maybe 10 o'clock-ish or so when I set the alarm to leave. So I think we went to Dunkin' Donuts first. We went somewhere to get coffee. I'm not real sure. We got gas because there was no gas in the truck. I don't remember exactly where I got gas because they looked it up on my credit card, but I wanted the Exxon, but I don't remember exactly. So then we got gas, then we just went on our little way and we went to Petco, which was on Nevada. I think it was, I don't know the exit. I'm not real familiar to give you that quite detail. I just know it was the Nevada exit.
And is it easier for you to just kind of run through the whole story and then I can go back for the details, or is it easier for, if, in trying to think about it, if you can give me the details on the way? Because obviously we want to hit all of these points. Like you said, you went to Dunkin' Donuts, so I'd want to know where that was to get gas, where you stopped there.
I mean, yeah, I don't have access to give you exactly.
No, and you don't have to give me the exact address because obviously I can look that up. Like the Dunkin' Donuts, right. Which one was it? Do you know what the street was?
No, it was in Fountain, the one near the house.
Okay, so Fountain near the house is the Dunkin' Donuts. And what street was that on? Or do you know?
I think it's Mesa Ridge.
Mesa Ridge?
Or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys get up.
I want to say that the gas store was right across the street too. It was one of the gas stores that was in the area right there. I feel like it was the one across from Dunkin'.
Okay. So the Dunkin' Donuts near your house on Mesa Ridge, then the Costco across the street. Then you guys hit Petco.
Not. I didn't say a Costco. I said the gas.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I said I can't read my own handwriting. My bad.
That's okay. Yeah. And then we went to Petco, and I went in Petco. He was going to go inside Petco with me, but he was like, "Can I stay in the car and play the Switch?" Mm-hmm. And I said, "Yeah." And so I go in Petco, and when I was getting out the car, I was like, well, I probably should make him go in, but then I was like, he probably don't want to shop with girls because he never shopped with me. So I was like, yeah, okay, he'll be fine. Yeah. I don't ever worry about him in the car or anything, but because he wasn't feeling that well, I did going to go look and check and make sure he wasn't, looking for me or wanting to go to the bathroom, getting out or whatever. He knows his pet, but at the same time, he knows I go somewhere and I might say I'm in one store and go to the next store beside.
So did he go in with you at Dunkin' Donuts too then?
We went through the drive-thru at Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay. All right, so he stayed in the car there at Petco.
Right.
Okay.
So then we had planned on going to look at some of these bikes.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I had the information on my phone, so I don't know. Like, they have my phone, so it's just in there.
So
But
you said you were going to go look at these bikes. Was that, were you going to a store? Were you going to meet, a specific person, or were you going to look at the bikes?
Right. That's how I looked up a bunch of things online. So I had the people's information where they said they had emailed back and said just
online. Were you looking at, again, was it like stores, or you're looking at, was it Craigslist, or what was it?
It was local Craigslist to Colorado Springs.
Okay.
Like just Google Springs Craigslist or whatever.
Okay. So you were looking up for Craigslist. Did you find, was it a lot of them, just a couple of them?
I didn't go to do it yet. That's why I hadn't got to that part to tell you that part.
Okay. So you're looking up a bunch of places on Craigslist as to where you might do it, and then did you arrange to meet somebody?
No.
Okay. So what happened next? You looked on Craigslist?
I didn't look on Craigslist that day. I had already looked prior. I was saying that the conversations back and forth was whenever you're en route closed, you just call and someone could look at it. That's all.
Okay. Well, and
I don't want you to mistake it.
okay, no, I gotcha. So you had already arranged with somebody to go meet them. Who did you arrange to meet? How were you in contact with them?
I said that prior, I had looked online on Craigslist to find some different bikes. On email, when you reply to Craigslist, you know how you have emails? Okay, I had gotten their information.
Okay.
In my phone, I had messaged, and they said, when you get close, if you plan on coming up as in north, message whenever you wanted to come by.
Okay. So you were emailing with them back and forth, and they tell you to call them when you get close, so they gave you their telephone number.
But I never told them for certain what day I was coming. I just had it all, hey, we're going to go on Monday to me and Gannon. There was no specific person that I was like, this is not even relevant to anything. I just wanted to let you know that was on our agenda.
Okay. Well, and it's just, we're trying to recreate every moment that we can, because you never know what's important. So you were going to make this plan to go talk to somebody at Craigslist. You were emailing with them. You're going to call if you get close. What happens next?
So then we were going to run out of time because we had already been in town for a little bit, and we had to make sure we were heading back to get Lena.
Okay.
Because Lena would get off the bus. So I ended up not meeting with anybody. I just said I would go another day. So that's why I said it wasn't really relevant.
Sure.
That was on the agenda.
Okay. Well, and the last thing you had told me was you were at Petco. So were you just like hanging out in the parking lot doing that, or did you drive somewhere? Or
no, I bought things in Petco.
Well, yeah. It's just, as you were saying, you were kind of out and about, so I didn't know if you made another stop or what was going on there.
No, I went to Petco twice. So by the time I went to Dunkin' Donuts, the store, Petco twice, and I don't even remember if I went in another shopping store because it's already been how many days.
Well, what'd you go to Petco twice for? I mean, did you go to Petco and then have to head somewhere else and then come back?
I mean, I always do that. I go somewhere and I'm indecisive, and I go back and decisive enough.
Sure, I get that. But so after you leave Petco, where'd you head there?
Man, I don't know exactly. I just was going to different stores. I mean, I don't even know if I even did anything else. I feel like I went to the TJ Maxx, but I don't remember how to tell you where the TJ Maxx was at.
Okay. Well, I mean, was it still in Colorado Springs? It's on the north side, or?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
So,
I mean, there's only stuff on the north side of us, so I mean, I don't know.
okay. All right. So you were at Petco. You went probably to somewhere else, maybe TJ Maxx, and then back to Petco again.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you said it was getting to the time. You're probably going to have to pick up Lena.
Yeah, we were gonna have to go home to get Lena. So we drove home. I remember I went inside the house. I get out. I was gonna work out, so I had put like my headphones on. I was gonna work out till Lena got there. I don't remember like if we ate or something in between there. Not really sure
Mm-hmm.
exactly what we did between there.
Okay. But it's the three of you there at the house? Or just the two of
Lena
you?
hadn't got there.
Okay, she hadn't got home yet. Okay.
Yeah, no. Gannon went to his room. He was doing stuff and playing or whatever because he was trying to have a sleepover, so he kept, moving his room around or whatever because he's always going to have sleepovers.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had my headphones, like, they kind of like smashed their head a little bit, so I pulled them back a little bit and was like listening and doing my thing or whatever. And then I heard something really loud. It sounded like something fell over, but also you have to remember, it's upstairs, downstairs. Sometimes if you can like just walk loud, it'll echo and sound like it was something loud,
Mm-hmm.
One of the dogs started barking, so of course I went downstairs. Jen had his door locked, and I knock on it. I'm like, "What you doing?" And do I need to tell you everything word for word you said, or?
Well, I'm just trying to get whatever happened. So, I mean, what was he saying to you? You guys are just trying to.
Nothing.
I have two boys too, so I totally get that there's the doors locked.
Yeah. So. He was saying he was trying to keep Lane out, and I was like, Lane ain't even here yet. Like,
Yeah.
He had this thing going where he's been trying to build this like memory box, because I always told him I kept a memory box for my daughter
Uh-huh.
from like elementary, and then I also had one for my growing up, and I gave it to my daughter as a box. So he's been doing everything with these boxes where he even put pieces of paper and trash in there.
Yeah.
It's, say you got the Nintendo thing that's like the cardboard, since you got boys, like the cardboard box that it come in.
Yep.
He would put it in.
Okay.
So he was being all secretive about, like this, and I was just like, "You're silly." I'm laughing, whatever. And then I come back upstairs, and when I come back upstairs, so like I had the garage open. At that time, I think I might have closed it. I'm not really sure. At some point in time, I went back upstairs again, and then I heard another loud noise. And I was like, "Oh my God, Gannon, what is he doing again?"
Mm-hmm.
And Lena hadn't gotten there quite yet.
So?
And then when I go down, I realized that someone was in our house.
Okay.
And so they asked me, what the description was. So, at first, all I remembered, was what he looked like or whatever. So I'll get back to that later. So I'm just going to tell you that I thought I remembered at first. When I initially called the police, I thought Gannon was hiding.
Okay. Well, and we've kind of skipped a lot right there. So you heard somebody, or you found out somebody's in your house. Were you downstairs? Were you upstairs? I'm sorry. I think you're cutting out.
I'm sorry. I might have said it and it was going out. It's just hard. I'm trying to get off the Wi-Fi or whatever.
Sure.
So,
Yeah. So,
so
you were in your story and you basically had said the last thing I was hearing was this, you're sitting there, you heard a loud noise downstairs, and then you realized somebody was in the house. So
I realized somebody was in the house.
How did you realize somebody was in the house? Because it's like, if you're upstairs, I mean, you know that Gannon was downstairs. Did you go down there and see him?
Told you, but I just told you that. I said I went down there. And
Okay.
did you not hear me say that?
No, I'm sorry. It's probably cutting out. So you went downstairs, and what did you see?
Well, I went downstairs immediately, and I saw that this guy was standing at the storage room, which is in between Gannon's room and our downstairs basement.
Okay. And as you're looking at this guy, what does he look like?
He was dark-skinned. Like Hispanic, maybe mixed. You know, I'm not real sure, like, as far as to give you a nationality. More darker skin.
Okay.
About 5'7", and about maybe about 108 pounds.
I'm sorry. Did you say 100?
Now, in my mind, I didn't just go over those.
Yeah.
Those stats. Originally, I got scared, and then I just kind of.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it's terrifying. I mean, I can imagine it would be terrifying to see somebody in your house. So, so you had said he was about 5'7", 180 or 108? Did I mishear you?
No. 180.
Okay, about 180.
I say 180 because my husband is like 200.
Sure.
Like smaller than him, so that's why I would say 180.
Okay, and do you remember anything else about him, like his hair color, what he was wearing?
Yeah, he was very like close cut beard.
Mm-hmm.
He had a tattoo on his arm. I don't remember what it was. I just vaguely remember that.
What was he wearing?
I don't really remember. I've had so many like bad dreams that I've pictured so many different things. Now.
Sure.
I don't remember.
Okay, and as you're looking at him, I mean, could you? Which arm was his tattoo on?
I don't remember.
Okay. I mean, was he facing you? Was he facing away from you?
Right. So he was coming out of our storage room, which I assume, I don't want to make any speculation, but that's where he was hiding at. And now, so let me tell you what was weird about this, so that before I finish, when I got there, the alarm was set the alarm away when I got there.
Uh-huh.
I mean, when I left, but it was on arm stay, but it didn't dawn on me at the moment what arm stay meant, that someone, there's no,
Inferior motion sensors. I know what that means. I gotcha.
So like, it didn't dawn on me that I didn't have to put the alarm in when I walked in. So none of this runs through my mind that, until in the moment, all this is running through my mind. Like, this is why, because I was thinking, dogs, whatever. This is why, all of a sudden happened in my mind, this is why the alarm didn't put the arm away. Or whatever.
Yeah. So do you think that somebody reset your alarm? Is that what you're getting at?
Do what now?
I'm sorry. Were you thinking that somebody reset your alarm? Because you said your alarm's weird that it was a stay instead of away.
No, you don't reset it. If you have, the way that ours was set up, because of how that door didn't have a sensor on it. Like, say, for example, if I set it on arm away and I left for the day, and the dog, say one of them got out of their crate and moved, it would go to arm stay first.
Okay.
Because somebody was like, there was already motion in there.
Okay. So when you left for the day, did you set it as stay or away? When you and Gannon left at 10?
Sure, I said it. I'm pretty sure I said it as arm away because this is something I had to show later on. So we were talking about, that was just, I'm not a positive if that's why. I'm just saying this was something later on that when we went through everything, that was what we noticed, that it went to arm stay.
Okay.
Anyway, so at this point in time, I'm just thinking he's gonna just completely rob us because he had one of our guns. So at this point in time, I knew he had already been in our house somewhere, somehow, sometime, because in order for him to have obtained a handgun, he would have had to already, be in the house.
Okay. Did you guys normally lock your weapons up?
No.
Okay. Where do you normally store them?
So they're all over the house. So prior to this happening, my husband and I went on a cruise. And so when we went on the cruise, we had hired a lady, and my daughter wouldn't have to stay at home with them, but we hired a lady to come stay as well on rover.com.
Yep.
And she just kind of stayed in the hot water. So when she came, I could pull the handguns downstairs. And like Albert, we were talking about making sure we weren't just leaving them around the house, you know, even though she had been like checked and rover and stuff like that. We don't want to leave them. Sure. So I had took two of the handguns downstairs. So that was the only reason the two of the guns would have been downstairs, because we had just got back from our cruise and we had hid them down there in the storage room.
Okay. So he came out of the storage room with one of the weapons that you had previously stored in there, is what you're saying?
Yeah, and when I say hid, they weren't like put away somewhere. They were just in the storage room, like they were inside.
Okay. And which weapon was it that he had with him?
One of the black ones.
Okay. Like, was it a handgun, a long gun?
Yeah, a handgun. The big guns were upstairs.
Okay.
So, at first I was in shock, thinking, whatever you want, and I'm not going to go through screaming what I said. I'm just going to tell you because you won't understand me if I get, like, you know, I've already been on the phone like 4 different times telling people, so if I can't go through screaming and all that again.
Yeah, and obviously you don't have to scream at me. I understand.
Yeah, no, I just don't want you, like, to think I, you know, word for word verbatim to tell you what I said and this and that and the other. So I immediately Gannon was in the room, like, about maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 feet from his door or whatever, and just yada, 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 doing his thing, whatever.
I'm sorry, Gannon was in his room, or Gannon was outside of his room, so he saw this guy out there too?
No. Gannon was still in his room. Like, I was just giving you a distance of how far, because Gannon's door was open at this point.
Okay.
I guess open the door.
Okay, so you said his door's open, but you could see Gannon in his room?
Yeah. Yeah, and I could see Gannon in his room.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't remember exactly what the guy was saying to me. I just remember I was like yelling, and Gannon was yelling, and Gannon saw that I was like freaked out and scared, and I told him he could have whatever he wanted. All this. So it went about 1 hour of us just sitting there, me and Gannon sitting in his room, as this guy was asking questions. He was asking, did we own this? Did we own that? All I remember was about weapons, and did we know anything about these people? He said somebody named Terrence, and I don't even know. I didn't have no clue who he was talking about, what he was talking about. My assumption was he had the wrong people that he was looking for, because we haven't even lived there that long, and I don't even know these people.
So what kind of possessions was he asking you about, if you had? I mean, was he asking you about your possessions or somebody else's, or what?
Yes, he was asking, was there a safe? Like your typical theft, you know, like theft things that a theft would want. Did we have a safe? Was there any money in the house? And I swear to you, we don't keep any, like, I swear to God, we don't keep any money in the house. We barely even keep our cards on it, you know. Oh crap, this is at 2%. Hold on 1 second. Use your car charger in your car? Yeah, this is at 2%. 1 second, I'm gonna get the car charger.
Sure.
It should be right there. Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you. Do I need to turn it on? Here. Thank you.
Agent Cronin, if you would stand, please. Remind you, ma'am, that you're still under oath. Mr. Allen?
Thank you, Art. Were you aware of what happened the way that phone call just ended abruptly, where she's not talking any longer?
Yeah, she had called back to Mr. Stauch again.
So there's another call after that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So at the beginning of this call, that's where that discussion comes in about getting a bike, and this would be up in that southern Douglas County, northern El Paso County area,
Correct.
where that bloody board was found.
Correct.
And you mentioned earlier, but is this what you described as her explaining away why she would be in that area?
Correct.
Okay. Were you aware during the course of the investigation that her movements around town and essentially across the country would be tracked using different methods?
Yes.
What methods were used to do that? Do you know?
There was the telematics on the vehicle, and then there was also a GPS placed on a rental vehicle that she had had.
And we heard about that from other folks earlier in the trial. What about phone records? Do those also give that information?
Yes.
Okay. You used a word that we haven't heard yet in this trial. Can you just tell us, just generally speaking, what telematics is? Not an expert description, just a general description.
Basically, it's tracking your vehicle's movement, sort of GPS on your vehicle.
Do new vehicles come with that sort of built into the software these days?
Yes.
Okay. In this particular phone call, we get a description of an intruder being in the house when she's describing going downstairs and there's some guy staying by the storage room. You remember
Yes,
that?
that's going back to her second story, which was the intruder in the house.
Okay. How many different stories have we now heard in this investigation?
There were multiple. I couldn't probably give you a number because some were major differences, some were minor differences.
This intruder version of the story, was there any evidence to support that some stranger had broken into the house and attacked her?
No,
Was there any evidence to support that some stranger had broken into the house and kidnapped Gannon?
no.
I want to next, Your Honor, we can have Special Agent Cronin step down and play that last phone call. It would be People's Exhibit number 53, phone call of February 15th, 2020 at 1:49 p.m. So roughly 30 minutes after that last call started.
All right, Agent Cronin, you can step down. Thank you, ma'am.
And this one's 29 minutes and 34 seconds.
All right, go ahead.
Hello. What is it? I'm freaking beat, Tisha.
What?
I'm beat. What? What do you want?
Are you guys okay?
I'm just beat. I'm just telling you I'm tired. Go ahead, whatever.
Why are you tired?
Because this is freaking stressful. My son's out there missing, and I don't know what the hell's going on.
We have people who are looking for the guy now.
Okay, the Quincy Brown guy.
Why do you keep saying the Quincy Brown guy? Like it's a joke.
I'm not. No, I'm just. What did the FBI? What did the freaking FBI say? Are they looking for him now?
Well, I gave her my information.
Okay.
I also got a call at the same time, which the attorney said he had just talked to El Paso. And he was like, you do not need to say another word to them. So you need to hang the phone up because I've already clearly gave them this information. And at this point in time, he was like, if they're not reaching out to help you, then they're doing nothing to help the investigation. He said so he's getting back on the phone with El Paso. And El Paso is supposed to be doing the job because they're the lead agency. Even though the FBI has taken over. FBI was working, they're not the lead agency. So he said to communicate with El Paso. And that's exactly what he did.
So the lawyer is communicating with El Paso.
Right.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to keep it all straight. But you did talk to the lady? That's what you've been doing
Yes,
the whole time?
just
Okay. Okay, you talked to her?
right. I talked to her, and then the attorney was emailing me back and forth because the lady this investigative reporter went back out there to his house, and he told me, do not say another word.
Okay.
Because El Paso is the lead agency, and they could potentially be messing up the investigation. And at the same time, as much as, you know, he's going to be wanting to find Gannon, he's also making sure that no one else is interfering, because he said if El Paso is the head person, that's who needs to be doing it. He's already sent the information to them.
Okay.
He also already forwarded Nicole going out there to his house and everything.
Nicole?
That's the investigative reporter that we hired. Nicole. Her name's Nicole.
Okay. You hired an investigator.
Hire investigative reporter. This is what whoever the attorney is in contact with. Investigative reporter, yes. I don't know if you hire them, I don't know if you pay them, I don't know what you do. I just know she's an investigative reporter.
Okay.
Why do you keep talking to me like that? Like, okay. I'm on trial with you.
I'm just trying to listen to what you're saying. So they went to find this Quincy Brown. Did they find him?
I don't know what they did. El Paso is in charge. They should be communicating with you, the father.
I haven't heard anything from these people. Have you talked to El Paso too, or just Amber?
I was instructed by the attorney that everything had been sent to El Paso,
Okay.
who is the lead agency, and I did exactly what I said I was going to do.
Okay.
And I was on the phone with her, and he said, do not say another word, because I made sure that he was on the other line when I called her, which is why I told her I'd call her back.
Okay. All right.
So do not say another word.
Okay.
No reason. So you should be answering any questions that are not coming directly from El Paso.
Okay. Have you talked to anybody? But you said you forwarded the information, but have you talked to anybody at the El Paso?
Would I talk to, if I have an attorney, do you think I talk to them or my attorney talk to them?
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to piece it all together here. You're talking to this lady. You're talking to that lady. You're talking to Bethel. You're talking to Kate. You're talking to Amber.
The investigative reporter is for me. Like, they are on my side.
Okay.
The attorney, obviously, is on my side.
Okay.
So that's who the information will go through.
Okay, so,
We reported it.
okay, now that you got people on your side, what can I do for you? What do you need me to do to help you get this information or whatever?
To help me get what information? I already done that. I've done exactly what I told you.
Okay, I mean, what can I do to help you? What do you need me to do? Just in general, nothing specific. What do you need? You tell me.
I need you to be with your family so that when Gannon comes home, we can all be together. And stop putting me on a trial. That's what you can do for me in general. You can show me some love. You can show me everything that I'm showing you. I showed you love. I told you, hey, I missed you. I love you. Oh my gosh, I want to be there to hold you. I want to hug you. I want to do all these things to you. That's what you can do in general, is to treat me that same way back. Because I have done that to you. I haven't found you, talk crap to you.
Okay.
I defended myself, just like I told you. You know good or well.
All right, so
You're going through. I understand the pain.
right.
I don't know what you feel in those times, but I tried to be here for you, and that's what I want to continue to do, is be here for you.
Okay, well,
And also let the attorney know that I would, because you have to hire a private person. They said that police don't even do that because it's not even admissible. You can hire a private person to administer a lie detector test if I wanted to give those results to you.
okay. So your attorney told you not to answer any more questions, but does that mean me? Because I mean, what if I still have questions and we can just work through those like we've been working through? Does that include me?
No, No, you told me if I called them ladies and if I reported everything, you told me that you said I will have a meeting with you, and your exact words were that we would go from there.
Okay.
And we would start trying to find Gannon. That's
Okay.
exactly what you said to me.
Okay,
You said
fine.
we would move forward.
Okay.
And be looking for Gannon. That's what you told me.
Okay, so what about the meeting?
Okay. So here I am about the whole meeting part.
Okay.
Either you're in this with me and I'm in this with you or not. That's where I'm at with the meeting because I have done nothing wrong. I am not a criminal. I'm not a monster. I'm not someone that needs to be.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'd be intrigued.
all that being said, when can we meet and where can we meet?
The meeting will be deciding where we are staying at together to protect each other.
Okay, I didn't say what the meeting was about. I said when and where, Tisha.
That's the meeting. Okay, where are you staying? Why come we can't come stay with you? If you have a place to stay that you've already paid for, why are we sitting here having to be like, okay, let's stay at this person's house, let's go here, let's go to this hotel? Why?
Okay, all right, fair enough. Where are you at?
Just need the honesty answer. I don't need any more bullshit. You talked about honesty and what you wanted from me. Okay? So my honesty is from you.
Okay.
Not from you.
All right. All right.
Why come we can't get our clothes? I know we can't bring them all because the rest are in storage. Okay? But why come we can't get together a week of clothes and we decide where our family is staying? Okay? And then we get on the mission, whether we got to get in the car, whether we need to be out doing it ourselves, finding, whatever. That's the plan I expect to hear from my husband. Not just, like I'm some side piece that you're going to meet. That's not who I am.
No, I didn't say side piece and meet. I said meet up to talk about the truth. And actually, I mean, I told you initially, no, please listen. Please listen. I'm not putting you down. I'm not being mean to you, okay? Initially, we talked about what the standard was. And you know how I am about, my standards. The standard is the truth and a meeting. Okay? No, I'm not. Okay, that's why I said, what about the meeting? That's why I started this conversation. Let's talk about the meeting. But then there's a truth.
You just said the meeting to get the truth.
No, I know. No, listen to me. Listen to me. I'm trying to clarify for you, okay? There's another part of the truth that you haven't told me, like where you are. You're not in the north end of Colorado Springs, okay? We've established that. Okay, where are you? That's some truth that you can let me know.
Listen, I will tell you. But if this gets out, I swear, it's because you told it.
Okay.
Knew where we at or where we were at.
Okay, fair enough, and I'll stand by that. Okay, fair enough. If somebody finds out where you are, then you can blame me all day long and tell your lawyer that I'm some kind of criminal. Okay.
I'm not going to tell them that you're a criminal.
I'm just saying. Okay.
I stated extended stay America on the north end.
Okay.
Originally.
Okay.
We switched from one hotel. What did you say?
I said okay. Okay.
We switched from one hotel to the next hotel. Then at that point in time, I had no more money. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing at all. I had people reach out to me on Instagram, and they were like, hey, why don't you come here? Why don't you come here? I don't have a car. I don't have anything. Why do you think people are messaging you want to know where we're at? Because nobody fucking knows. We're nowhere near this. So, Michelle, she reached out to me on Facebook. She's a girl that I always talk about when we go up to Monument. And I would always pass by right up the street. I'd say, hey, my friend Michelle stays there. She sells cleaning products.
Yeah. Right. Remember.
Okay. Michelle has a big ass house out here in Monument. And she has a building. That's just a building. It's like an apartment. It's a garage. And she let us come here 2 nights ago.
Okay.
That's why you're a dog. Because she has dogs and we have dogs. Oh. I can't stay here forever. I can't stay here long.
So
I can only stay here just basically for the time being because I've been trying to work this out with my husband. And you think like I mean, where do you think I got money at to like stay all these places? Like you act like I'm just like, you know, just living at large, staying in all these. Oh man, I'm up at the Hamptons and the Hilton. I mean,
All right, listen.
you haven't had anywhere.
Hey, listen. I'll get in my rental car and I'll come to Michelle's house and get you. Just send me an address.
And where are you taking me? Because I know you. You'll try to play me, and you'll try to be like, well, you know, whatever. So, am I coming to stay with you, or are you coming to Michelle's house just to meet me? And I need the truth.
My intent would probably be just to meet. I don't know if staying together is the right answer now because of all the unknowns. Okay.
Okay, well, if you don't want to stay with me, then that tells me that that's not in the. You don't want to be that picture perfect that you said back in December. That's not what
No, don't tell me what I want. I am.
Give me the damn real truth why you don't want me and Harley with you.
Because I want my son. Because I want my son. Because I want my son. The bottom line. And until we get him,
Let's not do this. Why would you punish me?
why is it an if? I don't want to do this. I want to do this. You wouldn't tell me what you heard. You wouldn't tell me the whole truth for days and days, for 3 weeks now. I'm willing to meet you, to stick out the olive branch as an effort for peace. Okay, because yes, peace, because you haven't given me the truth until today. You've gotten closer to the truth. Okay, or maybe you gave me the whole truth today. I don't know. We'll take it at that. But I'm offering you a moment of peace, a time to meet, a time to talk. We can hug or whatever, okay? But I don't want to stay together right now because then it's going to be constantly on my mind. It's going to be a fight. At least this way we can meet and talk, and then we get time to cool down, think about it. That's what I've been doing every day, trying to talk to you and then cool down, and then answer you on the email if I can, if I feel like it, and then give it another shot the next day. That's exactly the same model I'm trying to teach you. I'm not teach you, try to do right now. Okay? That's it.
It doesn't bother you that, hey, you know, I should be providing somewhere for my wife's daughter and my other daughter and my son to live while we're going through this.
Right. But we don't know where...
That doesn't register in your brain.
It does. It does.
Sugarcoat it.
There ain't no sugarcoat it. It does bother me that my family got ripped apart when my son was taken away. Okay? Yes, it absolutely bothers me.
So if you know, okay, that this dude has Gannon, took Gannon, why are you blaming me? Why
I didn't blame you.
Lay down beside your wife.
Listen, because the only reason... No. The only thing I blame you for, okay, the only proof I have right now to blame you for anything is you called in a runaway when you knew he wasn't a runaway. That's it, okay? We can move past that. You were scared, you freaked out. What? I'm not putting words in your mouth. That's it. Right, but you called in a runaway. Fine, I understand you were scared and freaking out, okay? I'm just saying.
You didn't hurt anybody.
Right, and I didn't want to get lied to, okay? But I did. So that's something we got to work through, and that's what I'm saying. We meet, we talk, we hang out, grab a bite to eat, I don't know, something stupid, and then we take a breath, okay? Just like we've done the past couple of days. Working our way up to a meeting now. All right, we've been talking. We didn't talk for 2 weeks, okay? It's baby steps here. You got to understand that my son is missing, and I've got to get through this little by little until he comes home. And that story, okay, the runaway story, the only thing that I know to blame you for right now, the only blame I point in your direction, okay, that caused a gap between us. And I've said that numerous times. There's a gap between us, and the only way to get back is baby steps, okay? And you've got to respect that. Okay?
You have to also realize if someone's terrified, they act in a moment, do what they think. It's scaredness.
I'm not this.
Don't you have compassion for
I
that?
do. I have compassion for that. Listen, I have compassion.
Rather sit in your room by yourself and not comfort each other every night. You would rather that. And then when Landa comes back, you'll see her every day and not your wife.
But you got to have compassion for me, a little bit of empathy on my perspective, okay? Because of the runaway story, The cops, the neighborhood, everybody searching, spent days and days and days, and we lost valuable time trying to find Gannon because of that story. And now, okay, 3 weeks, now 3 weeks later, okay, I find out Quincy Brown, a sex offender, has my son, and the last story you told me was that somebody was trying to stick something up his butt, and now I got to think about a sex offender has my son, okay? So now you got to have some compassion for me.
I do have compassion for you. That's why I wanted to be with you, to hold you.
No, that's what you want, okay? What?
No, I just said that.
Having compassion for me is not telling me what you want. Having compassion for me is respecting what I need. And I need baby steps right now. And the next baby step is I'm willing to meet you. Okay? I'm willing to meet. That's the baby step. But, you know, you need to send me an address of where you're at, and I'll come to you and we can meet. And if that's unacceptable, then...
You kicked me off the insurance and you got a car?
Listen, I'm talking about baby steps to get us closer to Gannon and to family, okay? Meeting me is that next baby step. If you can't send me an address where you and Harley are, or at least you're at...
Your question, how you got a car? Why?
I told you I got a rental car. One of my family members helped me out with the rental car so I could search for Gannon and I could do what I have to do, okay? But if you can't...
Why is there a claim on the insurance then? Why is there a claim?
If you can't, we could talk about all that. That could be part of our meeting, okay? But if you can't meet me, if you can't tell...
Why don't you just tell me why is there two claims?
Okay, all right. All right, here we go. Here we go. I want a meeting. You keep changing the subject, so we're going to have to take a 3 or 4 steps backwards from this point, okay?
No, I'm going to do the meeting. I just want to know, did you let them take a car?
Who take what car?
There's 2 rental cars.
I don't have 2 rental cars. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You got somebody trying to PI me or something? What 2 rental cars are you talking about?
No, you said they had a rental car and you had a rental car.
Who's they?
You said Landon had a rental car.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Landon. Okay, listen, I don't know what the hell Landon's got going on. Her Aunt Veronica's got all that money, and they went to Texas. That's all I know, okay? Whether they still got a rental car or not, I don't know. That's all been from her Aunt Veronica. I had to get my family to help me out, okay? And that's all that matters here. So I'm giving you the truth. I'm ready for the truth about where you're at, the address of where you're at, so we can have the meeting. If not, like I said, we're taking some steps backwards and we'll try again tomorrow. And that's kind of where I'm at right now in this moment.
We would take steps backwards because if I just wanted to be with you, that would be steps backwards. When you just told me to have compassion, so I'm just sitting here trying to talk to you.
Okay, listen, Tisha, listen. Here we are.
Backwards when I'm just asking. Just tell me, are you trying to be with somebody else? Just tell me.
Am I trying to be with somebody else when my son's out there missing? So here we go. Change the subject. We change the subject back to Tisha now. All right? All right?
No, I just want to know the truth because I want.
Well, I want to know the truth. You never answered my question about what you heard, okay? So I want to know the truth too. But you know what? I bent a little bit. I bent a little bit more, and now I'm bending. Now I'm bending again. No, listen. Now I'm bending again and saying... Now I'm bending again and saying, listen, I know you're just not going to answer my question, so let's meet. But that's...
Okay, I'll answer your question if you don't yell at me.
Okay.
Don't yell at me and don't scream at me.
The question of what you heard.
When you answer a question, you let me answer it and stop interjecting and treating me like I'm on trial with you.
Absolutely. You got it.
Now go.
What did you hear in the moment that there was bleeding and everything going on? What you heard. That was the question you didn't answer.
I'm trying to finish.
Okay.
So the police had left. Okay. I put Harley and Lena upstairs in the room. Told them don't come out. Nothing terrible, bad, nothing had happened at that point in time. I was still terrified. If I mentioned the police, if I sent a note, if I said anything, I didn't know what was going to go on. I've told you this 17 times. I've told them this. You can ask me why didn't I do things differently? Fucking scared. Okay? Scared. Went back downstairs. Okay? We didn't have a safe. We didn't have money. He swore up and down we had a safe. Swore up and down we had money. Just saying, no, we don't have a safe, and I wasn't saying it in this tone, like, no, whatever. Just not going to be reliving all of it like that. No, we don't have a safe. No, we don't have this. I couldn't get your gun upstairs to work. I tried. There was no bullets for the shotgun, and I couldn't get the other gun to work, or I was going to run back downstairs and freaking light his ass up. That was my mind. That was what I was going to do. Couldn't get it to work. Came back downstairs. Girls are upstairs. I knew I had 2 of our 3 children safe. And if I would tell you this, you'll be like, well, why was it 2 of them and not all of them? Or why was it not this one and not that one? People are not realizing that I didn't pick and choose. Okay? Come back in there. Plead again about I would do anything. Money, whatever it may be. Okay? We have this. Jury. I offered every single thing that there was. He kept saying we had a safe. And I kept saying we didn't have a safe. He grabbed me, pulled me back into the storage room. My hands were tied. I already told you this. 17 times again. My hands were tied. Completely. Harley, Lena, upstairs, either sleeping, whatever they were. It was late night at this point in time, 11, 12, midnight, whatever it may have been. I left Harley a note on the counter that said, please recall police. They've heard the word that we always say is a code word. What is the word you always say that you've always picked up whenever there was trouble?
Desperado.
Right. I always pick with Harley about, do you ever hear that word? It's something me and Albert had to be trouble, right? She didn't catch on to what I was saying, which I can't blame her. She's sometimes ditzy. Didn't catch on to what I was saying. Nothing. I called you back. Called you back with him sitting there. You didn't answer. Not your fault. So now I'm in my mind thinking, if I say to Albert a code word, he might at least think something. Anything. I don't know. You could have been on the phone. I don't know. All I hear is Gannon screaming. He's yelling at me to shut up. Except he said it in a worse way than that. I did hear a loud noise. As if Gannon hit something. I'm screaming. I'm sitting there trying to make noises because if they're above me, then maybe someone will hear it on the wood pieces. Nobody helped. Nothing came. No one. No one came for anything. When I came back from hitting my head, which was hit on that wood piece that's in our storage room, Gannon was gone. I freaked out. I get in my car, which I'm sure that they probably seen on camera. Then I get in my car. Drive maybe once or twice around the neighborhood, thinking, what in the hell am I going to do now? Albert's going to fucking kill me. Everybody's going to kill me. That's all I kept thinking. And Gannon's gone. If I haven't slept in how many days reliving how if I could have done something. I'm not going to fight somebody with a gun, with a knife. I don't know how they live. I don't know. And the only reason I would have known who it was is I told you about the badge. More and more, I kept remembering, as I had nightmares every flipping night, who it was. Images in my mind, pictures, over and over and over and over and over, again and again and again. Can I do anything about it? No. It didn't matter whether I said someone was something happened. It didn't matter what I said in that moment. My mind immediately went to, oh my God. You hear about this? I look on the neighbors app all the time. Shit goes down and you don't, like, in your brain, you plan if something was to happen, what you're going to do. And then you can't. Your body don't let you. I'm not a person that even remotely tries to be a badass with a gun.
Just don't lie.
All that kept running through my mind. How am I going to go find Gannon? How am I going to go do this? We got to get help, resources. And then if I say, hey, you know, the fucker was in our home, all they're going to tell me is I'm fucking crazy. I need mental health. I need to see a psychiatrist or some fucking shit. That's all that's going to be told to me. So I went the very next day. So there was no wasted resources. I went the very next day, that afternoon. When I talked to them, I explained to them exactly what I told you.
Hey, Tisha, hold on. Listen, this is the worst fucking story yet. All right, I'm done with this shit.
Agent Cronin, if you would resume your seat in the witness stand, I remind you, ma'am, that you're still under oath.
I'm not sure as far as scheduling, we're pretty close to the noon hour, Judge, and I was wondering if you want to have her come back. I'm not going to finish with questions before that time. I'm sure defense is going to have cross.
Counsel approach, please. Agent Cronin, you can go ahead and step down. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take our noon recess. If I can have everyone back in the jury room at, say, 1:20, we should be able to start on time at that point. Again, don't discuss case among yourselves. Don't discuss case with anyone else. With that, we'll see you at 1:20. All rise for the jury, please. Thank you. May all be seated. Record should reflect the jury has left the court. Is there anything else we need to take up from the prosecution?
Not at this time, Judge.
No, sir. Okay. All right. Court will be in recess. Thank you.
All right. Chewbacca? Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to. Chewbacca? Oh, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.